Yeah, welcome to Historias Urbanas con Don Armando, or Urban Histories with Don Armando. I'm your host, Don Armando. So, what I'm trying to do is, which is the mission every night, to tell the urban stories of the Dominican and Latino hip hop movement in New York and abroad. So, let's get to it. I mean, as in current events as New York is concerned, it looks like that Laha and Black Jaripi, they're actually going at it. So, as far as drill lyrics, who do you think is going to win? Are you team 68 way or are you team Bebe Siete? So, anybody could actually comment on it. It's actually a good lyrical battle that's going on. And I do hope that these young men actually keep it up and wax instead of actually getting personal where a lot of unfortunate things will happen. I just hope that these young men could actually keep their beef on wax. Yeah. Navarro Santo, ¿cómo está usted? ¿Cómo están las cosas en el Cibao? Just to let everybody know, we're streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and on Instagram Live. If anybody wants to join the panel, I'll put the link on my YouTube channel and also the link to on my Instagram live. So feel free. This is a safe space for all artists. You can tell your stories, no judgment. Just come through. Everybody wants to hear the story. Good evening, bro.
Yo, yo, what's going on out there?
Not much. I just started it late because last night me and the wife we actually went to El Ninjas last night here in Philadelphia. I could say
Yeah,
it was good.
I saw the picture. I was like, oh, yeah, I know those people.
Yeah, man. I mean, whenever he's in Philadelphia, me and the wife, we always try to make it a point to go because I could tell you, his food is amazing, and his son is actually a good artist too.
Cool.
Yeah. So his son, he actually goes by the name of Chinito 28,000, I believe. So he was telling me last night that his son has a new track called GPS. I listened to it this morning and I'm like, you know what? This track bangs. And he actually's been at it for like a few years right now.
Cool.
Yeah. How's everything has your week been going?
How's everything in the cold city? It's cold over here.
I mean, yeah, it's cold out here too.
Freaking cold. The heat's not working properly. So
Yeah,
it's a cold one.
I hear you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yep,
Logging in for a few minutes so that I can take care of a few things,
of
and then
course.
I'll log back in a few.
All right, that's what's up. I'm gonna try to actually do this thing until like maybe 12 or 1 o'clock.
I'll be here. I just gotta
Yeah,
handle a few things before I take take wifey to the train and all that good stuff.
gotcha. I mean,
Yeah,
I gotta go and prepare myself some coffee because I just called this a long call. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll be right back, y'all.
All right, tato manito. Well, until then, you can rock out with my background music. Yeah, I'm back. And salute Harin. So, Pete, he had to do a little bit something, so he's actually gonna be back. So how's everything where you at, Harin? Yeah. Shout out to John 2784. Shout out to my Rosedale brother Butters 50. Saludo a mi gente. Manu McLean desde San Pedro de Macorís. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just preparing for the long haul. I got my coffee with me, so therefore, everything is Gucci out here up in Philadelphia. Gotcha. What's good?
Yo. Back live in full effect like I never left.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we're full effect now. Full effect.
Of course. All right. I do have a lot of questions for you
That's
regarding San Pedro.
Let's go.
All right. So, as far as the as people get making their own studios or something like that, I do have like some semblance of a history thanks to a guest that was here, and Anthony Roberts, and he actually told me a tidbit about Big Daddy Ooh, DJ Mafa. So he told me his part of the story.
All right.
So I want to delve further. Like, okay, now, as you know, when I was up in San Pedro, I can really say that I really rode the streets or anything like that because I actually did that mostly in the Bronx. So for you, what was like, from your recollection and people within your family, when did certain things started to change? I mean, or try to be Americanized in San Pedro, to your recollection?
As far as like clothes, swag,
Yeah, in the streets.
definitely early 90s, 2000. You know, because it's like this. San Pedro, just like the rest of the country, at one point in the 90s, we were all listening to Playero. We were all listening to Bambang. We were all listening to Industria, which was the, hip hop movement for Puerto Rico. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The old reggae genre for what was moving on in Puerto Rico before they even called it reggaeton.
Gotcha.
So that's what we were listening to, and then San Pedro started coming up with their own stuff. What a lot of people don't know is that most of the people from San Pedro, they go in and out of the country. We're going in and out of the country to go to New York. So they were learning about hip hop culture as soon as they came over here.
All right.
And they were bringing it back to DR, and each one teach one, right?
Right.
I remember when I presented basically Busta Rhymes music to San Pedro. People were going crazy with Busta Rhymes. They were like, yo, who is that? Like, we don't even know what the hell he's saying. I'm like, well, he's saying this, and this. Well, how do you understand it? So, well, he's talking in lingo, and he's skipping a few letters just to make sure that the words match at the end.
All right.
Crazy, But,
so,
yeah, at first, bro, it was all the reggaeton movement. So San Pedro was on that vibe, the Playero, DJ Joe, Follow, like everybody was following that vibe. But when the hip hop movement moved into San Pedro, that's when everybody started changing their swag as far as clothes and what we call the style of eplótico, which is the big baggy jeans, New York style back in the 90s. They started calling that the eplótico style.
Yeah, I remember because when I came back to San Pedro, like around, it was like 03, and then it was between 05 because 04 I didn't go. So it was like between 02, 03, and 05 when I actually went to San Pedro. I was like, I thought I was the only one with do-rag until I actually went to, I think I went to Malecon. So, when I went out there, I was like, oh, okay. There's a whole bunch of people who look like me. All right, cool. So, and then I remember it was like the last time that I actually went to Dominican Republic with my mom's. That was like in 2005. We brought a case of do-rags for my little cousins. So
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember do-rags was not a thing in San Pedro at all.
It wasn't.
Like I said, I remember the one time, Villano Sam asked to lend one of mine just so that he could use it in a show.
Gotcha.
And that was different to me. I'm like, bro, this is not even that important. He's like, nah, it looks cool. It fits the Arabic theme of the song. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, cool.
Gotcha.
Villano, man, he's had his heart in music for so long, bro.
Yes.
So it felt good for me to. I can't even say how long it was ago that I saw him physically.
I think it was a year ago.
Maybe a year or a few months, maybe 2 years. I went to go see him. He was in Brooklyn, and bro, it was like seeing my long lost brother, man. I hadn't seen this man in probably 20 years. And we saw each other, and it was like catching up to old times all over again. Like, yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm working on this video. I digitally reproduced this whole video. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's to the point that he's actually experimenting with drones and all the other stuff, because it was like, okay, when I went to where Villano was staying at, right? You had certain people who were from San Pedro. So I was like, I knew the family names as such because, my mom always talked highly about these people. So when I went to chill with Villano, me and Villano, we chilled and everything like that. And maybe one day, whenever everything's situated with my end and maybe on his end, we're gonna interview us actually gonna come out and stuff like that. Because the thing is, though, I'm actually trying to the Dominican movement is actually mainstream, but the thing is this: a lot of these young guys, they don't know their history. You know what I'm saying? So we have to actually tell it and preserve it. So, and Villano's was actually in the forefront of that. Because this is what's funny on how I met.
My bad, my mic was off. My mic was off again. Villano's been doing this since the 90s, bro. Like,
I know.
When I met Villano, he was in Segundo Bachillerato in Juan Pablo Duarte School, which is the private school I went to.
Right.
And when he found out that I spoke English and we were trading English back and forth, he was like, yo, I'm gonna need you one day because I'm an artist, and I'm like, what type of artist are you? He said, I'm a rap artist. I'm like, all right, what you got? And he started spitting his flow to me, and I was like, yo, you got some good talent, bro. Like, what you gonna do with it? He said, nah, watch, I'm gonna blow up, and I'm gonna be doing all types of stuff. Little did he know, he was prophesying on his life.
Yeah.
Because he sure did blow up. And he might be one of San Pedro's greatest underrated rappers of all time.
Yes.
All right? I'm telling you, he might be, because there's a lot of people that acknowledge him, but there's a lot of people that don't know of him. He is one of San Pedro's greatest rappers that is underrated of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even Baquero right now is on some underrated shit.
If you actually look at it, right, you have certain people that they'll try to make the people of La Vieja Escuela underrated and everything like that because they want to actually push the agenda where it's just money. And you got certain people that'll be like, okay, bet, tu canción pegado. Okay, pero tú sabes, mucha gente tiene el mismo estilo. Y ahora, everybody is like, okay, if everybody got the same style whatsoever, right? What can you do to make it differentiate, right? So
Right.
in my I could say fandom or me following Vaqueros and Villano's career, I could actually say that when I was actually starting listening, I went up and I hit up Big Daddy U through Messenger, right? I'm like, yo, you know these cats? Because I'm actually feeling their music. He was like, yeah. So he went up and he sent me a picture of him, of Vaquero, the late great Freddie Goldman.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I could tell you that me and Freddie, right? Even though we didn't go around and physically met, we always used to talk online and on WhatsApp because he always knew of me. Whenever we always broke bread, he always talked to me like in a respectful manner, and the conversation
about that life, bro.
Yes,
Freddie Goldman was about respect, man.
Yes, he was. You could.
I had his WhatsApp too, and one day he just stopped answering, and then and then I got the news on Facebook. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, because I got the news on Facebook. It was like, okay. It was like, yo, you was in el hospital. And, you know, everybody who was on his side, you know, Vaquero, everybody was actually trying to see about, like, yo, can you at least give him a respirator and everything like that. And then when I got the news through Huda. When I heard that, it was like, no, actually, I didn't get it from Huda. Because Freddie's wife, right?
Yeah.
Happens to be Amarilli. It's from Consuelo. Yeah, she's from Consuelo.
Yeah.
So she knows my cousin. So I was like, I was talking to my cousin who lives in New York. I was like, yo, you know, our friend Amarilli's, her husband's in you know, got COVID too. We were just talking. He said, oh. So it was like around, it had to be, it was like 1 month he was like in the hospital up in the capital. So what happened was, she went up and she hit me up. He's like, Primo, I'm sorry about it. I was like, what? Freddie? So that same day I went up and I hit up Huda. Shout out to Huda El Mejor.
Shout out to Huda.
Yeah. So when I went up and I spoke to Huda, I was like, yo, is it true? He's like, yeah, man. I was like, yo. So me and Moreno, we spoke. I was like, yo. Shout out to Moreno 5, by the way.
Shout out.
And everybody up in East New York.
All right.
So I went up and I hit up Moreno 5. I was like, yo, fam, I'm sad. This is some sad news coming from Santo Domingo. He was like, what? I was like, it's our brother Freddie, man. He passed away. He was like, no. I was like, yeah. I got the news from
that news still hurts to me. It still hurts me, bro. Like, I don't think I'm done grieving that man, bro. He was a childhood friend to me. I've known Freddie Goldman since 1992. I've known Freddie Goldman. So literally since I was 10 years old.
I could tell you this though. I ain't gonna stop breathing because me and him was supposed to meet.
I never slept at his house so many times, bro. It's not even funny.
I mean, yeah. And it was funny because Freddie Goldman. One thing I could actually say though is that when we spoke, right, and he knew about my father, he was like, "Yo mando mi pésame a su padre." I was like, "Gracias, man." That was in 2019. So me and him, we was speaking and everything like that. And he was like, yo, I'm about to come out to the United States. I was like, all right, bro. And, you know, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for, like, yo, I'm up in New York.
Yeah, I was waiting for that too.
And then when we heard that he got COVID, I was like, yo, I hope he comes out through, you know, pushing for the best. But then when we got that news, it was like, wow. Even my boy Edgar knew Roman. We was just in San Pedro de Tamuto. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
I still can't get over it, bro. Like I have a lot of good memories with Freddy Goldman. You know, I don't have no bad memories. I mean, I have bad memories, but they don't involve him directly. It's bad memories of things that happened to me, and I went over to him for help, and he would give me some good advice, or he would tell me to sit down. You know what I'm saying? Give me some food. Have me sit on his computer, start working on a beat. Like, say, yo, Pedrito, you good, bro? Whatever you do, just relax. You know, it's not worth fighting all the time. He used to tell me, bro, violence isn't the answer.
Right.
I used to look up to Freddy Goldman like an OG, bro.
I mean, yeah, Freddy Goldman, I could tell you that was my dude, because through thick and thin and everything like that, even when we used to talk on Instagrams and stuff, I still be looking at the messages and such, and I'm like, dang.
Don Jose, saludo.
Don Jose. Yeah, shout out to Taylor Image for looking at on Instagram also.
So for those that know me, my martial artist name, Senpai Pete. Also know me by my urban name, Pedrito King. This is my urban San Pedro name. A lot of people in San Pedro know me by face, know me by name. A lot of people know me that they don't even know me. But whatever I did in San Pedro, I thank the Lord with both hands up. I never abused of the weak. I never bullied anyone. I never hurt an innocent person. And I was always there to defend my city. I was always there to defend my neighborhood. I never let anyone get abused around my area.
Exactly.
So, you know, I'm not going to say I'm a hood legend or a hood hero, but in the bottom of my heart, I know what I've done for my neighborhood and for the surrounding neighborhoods in San Pedro de Macorís. So, like I always say, a big heart, warm, felt shout out to San Pedro Macorís as one whole, as one nucleus. Grito de guerra.
Today.
Word. SPM.
Exactly. I mean, I shout out all the neighborhoods all the time. You got Punta Pescadores. You got Ignacio Arias. Miramar. Barrio Sarmiento. Barrio Club de Leones. Barrio México.
Yep.
Batalla Alemán.
Yep.
Tetelo Vargas.
Restauración. That's the Tetelo Vargas. Barrio Restauración.
Barrio Restauración.
Barrio Toconal, which is the barrio por el Parque Duarte, la Iglesia de Jerusalén Primera y el Teatro Aurora. That's el Toconal.
Yeah, Toconal. I was just there in 2003 with my cousin. So, you know, we were just riding through Toconal and everything like that. So, you know.
That's my stomping grounds right there. I mean, all of San Pedro is basically my stomping grounds. But
yeah, basically, because it was like
Toconal is definitely my stomping ground. That's where my grandpa had his food restaurant. Yep. Right in front of La Jerusalén Primera. Everybody knew my grandpa. Mm-hmm. Big shout out and rest in peace to my grandpa, Papito Julia. You know what I'm saying? Papito Julia, buen hombre del pueblo. You know what I'm saying? I never heard bad things about my grandpa. That man had a good testimony.
Yes.
You know, as opposed to my dad, though, who was kind of gangster with it. But even my dad now is a whole full-blown pastor, man. Goes to show
Amen.
people don't just change, but the Lord changes people in a way that you wouldn't even remember them.
Yes. I mean, sure. It's like to the point that when I was actually, I could say I lived the street life, but I didn't. But yet I did. You know what I'm saying? I used to hang out with my homies up in Rosedale. Shout out to all my Rosedale homies and everything like that. And I could say that the situations I was in, it was straight up wild. You know what I'm saying? You had to live and learn. You got certain people that that was going to be your friends afterwards because they went against your moral code. You know what I'm saying? So certain people I had to cut off, or they cut me off. And I could actually say it's for the better because I don't know where they're at, and they don't know where I'm at.
Which is always better.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing better than privacy.
Yep.
Why I always kept moving. Like, people knew where I lived at in San Pedro, but I always kept moving so that people wouldn't know where I lived at. Like, they would know, oh yeah, Pedro don't be there no more. So they could stop going to certain areas, because I don't like people going frequently to the area where I frequent at. It's not just me wanting to feel safe. I want to make sure that the people that are around me are safe as well.
Basically. And it was like, one thing I could actually say though, even though I was wilding out and everything like that in the streets, I could say I thank God that no cops actually came to my mom's crib and looked for me. You know what I mean? Because I could say it's horror stories that you so knee deep in the streets, you waking up at your mom's crib. The next thing you know, the cops, they're breaking down, messing up everything, and then guess what? Your mom has to kick you out. So you gotta thank God that with what you're doing in the streets, you didn't go in and put your family in danger, either by law enforcement or by some, I could say, your enemies, your odds. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's the community, bro. Listen, the last thing you want to do is it's not just fucking up your reputation. Because just like how they say in Japan, oh, you have dishonored your whole family. There comes a point where you start doing stuff and you mess up your testimony and you dishonor your family, and your family has to move. Your family has to end up moving out of San Pedro because you can't go nowhere without people trying to get at you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, it's not worth it, man. It
was like even to the point, right? Now, when I was in San Pedro, I didn't even try to act like I was a gangster or anything like that. I just moved with my cousins and that's it. I heard stuff here and there. I was actually, I'll be honest, I was a stranger to the streets, but at the same time, whenever I went to Dominican Republic, I don't even know what a resort looks like even to this day. Resorts is nice and everything like that, but me personally, whenever I went to Dominican Republic, it was a straight house. It was straight, experiencing what people was experiencing when the apagones happened and everything. So therefore, when I went there, I was like, I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the fancy life in Dominican Republic. So I just lived how my cousins lived. Like for a time when I stayed, it was like maybe 2 or 3 months.
I know what it is. I know what it is to humbly walk a mile to go get water to shower. I know what it is. I know what it is to humbly walk 12 blocks from my house to the car wash with 2 5-gallon water things over my shoulders just to, and going back and forth 11 times to make sure that I would fill up the 55-gallon tank in the back so that everyone that's at the house can take showers and whatnot.
Exactly. Yo, saludo a Randy Carti de lo mío, ya tú sabes.
La familia Carti, bendiciones.
Yeah, bendiciones. La familia
Rest in
Carti
peace. Rest in peace,
los
Ricardo
Robles.
Carti, la leyenda.
En paz descanse a Ricardo Carti, el amigo de mi mamá. Se crearon juntos en el bate con
familia mía. Son de los míos, los Carti son de los míos.
Yeah. The Carti and the Robles, we always got along, no matter what. And I could say that I'm not going to go around and say the history and everything like that. But I'm just saying, for what I've seen and everything like that, you a Carti, I'm a Robles. We stick together. So it's even to the point that you have people who are intermarried with each other. Carti, Robles, and that's it. So I treat all the Carti like with my family. Even if you're a Carti that I don't even know, you're cool with me. Because my mom always talked highly about the Cartis. And the Jacobos too. So back to San Pedro. What was the pip? Okay. What was the pip? Who's like in your time? I know that you're who you are. But who in San Pedro at the time when you was growing up was like the super rich people were over there?
Super rich?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like San Pedro has its 1% class, and the majority of them are all peloteros.
Yeah.
So it's like the 1% class, even though they're 1%, since they're baseball players and they grew up humbly in the city, they're humble people, and they don't walk around like they got a lot of money and try to pretend they're floss. They're just regular people.
Exactly.
And let me see, people that I knew had money and were cool with me and my family and all that good stuff. I'm not gonna mention the Cartis because obviously that's family of family. But Luis Mercedes, the Luis Mercedes family, the Jorge Ben family, the Sosa family. They used to live in Barrio Mexico.
Right.
Well, the Cano family. You know what I'm saying? They lived across the street from me. Even though the Cano family, they came across money for the late 90s, early 2000s, but that family always had, generous blessings. Like, those were always blessed people. What else? There's many other baseball players that lived in the city, that were from the city. They had nice houses, nice cars, but whenever they came out to the people and they were amongst the people, they weren't arrogant or nothing. They were just calm, cool, collective, one of the village. That's all. One of the village, one with the village.
Yeah. Because I remember
Carlos Pereguante, all these other people. All these people had money, but they were chilling. Carlos de Leon, yo, big shout out to Carlito de Leon. I don't know how many times Carlito de Leon looked out for me. Yo, it's crazy.
Wait a minute, you talking about De Leon, the ones that used to own the apartments?
I'm talking about De Leon, Clínica Privado de Leon, Compo Centro Plaza de Leon.
All right, because when my mother was living in San Pedro, there used to be a family that they were how should I say, Arab, but then they went up and they had the last name Leon too.
Yeah, that was the Leon family, but they weren't the De Leon family. Those were the people that lived on the calle Independencia. The De Leon, they had the Clínica de Leon.
All right.
And that was different. That was the De Leon family and the Leon family. Yeah, it's two different people.
All right. Because my mom always talked about I remember my mom always telling me about that. And then, what about the Hache?
The
Shout
what?
out to the Hache family, by the way.
Aquel.
No, Hache.
Oh, Ache, la familia Ache. Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. That's like the people that I forgot what they own. They own something in San Pedro.
All right.
Just like these people that they weren't the owners, but they were the managers and general managers of Cesar Iglesia and all that. You know, in la industria Cesar Iglesia, that they make pasta and soap and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because it was like when I went to when I was up in Calle Trinitaria, right? I knew that there was somebody who was actually family to the Hache or some other people, and then whenever I seen like an old man, like up in Calle Trinitaria and wait a minute, and I don't know if it's La Independencia or 27 de
Circunvalación.
Febrero.
That's
Yeah.
called a circunvalación.
All right. Nah, because across from this man's house was always used to be a panaderia. There used to be an old man that was nice and everything like that, and he had his daughter working there. The last time I went, his daughter was working there. You know, she was a little bit older, but she recognized me.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Adelante, José Negrón.
Okay. Good evening, guys. How you doing tonight?
We're doing
Vivo,
great.
estamos vivos.
Me alegro. So, I just finished a live earlier tonight. So it's just another evening open discussion. So I just wanted to stop by and show some love.
That's right.
Of course, you're always welcome here.
Always. Jarin jumped in the studio and then jumped out. I don't know what happened.
It might have been connection issues.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens a while. So you have to get used to it and roll with the punches.
Word. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again.
Try again.
Yep. I don't know if you heard, but Time Magazine declared Donald Trump as the Person of the Year.
Wow.
I mean, I guess he deserves it. I mean, think about it. There's not a lot of people that have been boomed on. Actually have a lot of people who actually self-identify with that, and then he becomes president.
You know what? I'm sorry,
people,
brother. You know what title I think he does deserve instead of some President of the Year bamboozlement? He deserves Most Controversial Man of the Year. That's what he deserves. He really needs that. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
I mean, a lot of people are happy with him for whatever reason they're happy for him. A lot of people are angry at him for whatever reason they're angry at him. But you cannot say that this man is the greatest president of all time or president of the year when he lied to the people about what he was going to do or what his agenda was. And now that he's revealing his agenda, a lot of people are like, oh, man, we voted for this clown? Yes, you did.
But you know what the problem is, that you have people that are not well educated or are not able to think logically. I mean, look. If 20 years ago, if someone was to tell us that a person who was impeached twice, that had faced almost 100 criminal charges and was convicted of 34, even though most likely he's not going to serve a day of prison, he's not going to be punished, that mishandled COVID-19, okay, and the fact that his cognitive skills have declined so much, and that he will be occupying the White House this coming January. If people were to tell us that 20 years ago, we would think this guy was crazy.
Yep. Listen, all I know is one thing's for sure. History likes to repeat itself, and people tend to go with the devil that they know than the devil that they don't know. People didn't want to
Right.
go with Harris because they didn't know what to expect from her. So let's go with someone that we know what we're going to expect from him. You know, but
Gotcha.
meanwhile, like he just passed the full deportation bill that even if you're a legitimate citizen, you can still get deported. I said, wait, what?
So this one thing I'm just saying. So that's saying that, well, between me and you, Pedrito, because we're both born in the United States, right?
Right.
So that means that both of my parents, I got no problem with that because God rest their souls, they're actually legal U.S. citizens.
Right.
They came here legally. They did the process legally. They went up and they got their citizenship. A matter of fact, I was there when my mom got her citizenship. I didn't know what it meant at the time, but then when I got older, I knew what it meant.
Right. Adelante, Yarin.
Jaring. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yo. Where you at, bro?
Yeah, it might be some connections issues.
For sure.
I mean, certain areas, certain countries, they got good receptions. Sometimes it has bad reception. I went up and I actually tried to have 2 cousins on my show, both of them that actually split in the Dominican Republic. But since their connections are on that, they couldn't actually come through. But shout out to Papo Black and shout out to El Robles.
Shout out to the whole Robles family, man.
Thank you.
Y'all good people, man. Y'all have a good family testimony.
Thank you. The Ortegas, I could actually say that they're good people too. Cisco actually treated me good over the years, you know what I mean? And it was sad that, it was sad that, the Lord called. So, shout out to the Ortega family too.
Shout out to the Ortega family, man.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, cousin. Miss you, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Cisco. ESP 51 forever.
Rest in peace, man. Gold chain. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to a lot of people that I didn't get to see from San Pedro that COVID took from me, that I wasn't able to see because of COVID. Fuck you, COVID. I said it.
Thank you. Got you.
Well, 2020 was a rough year for me because beginning of the year, I lost my oldest sister to stage 4 lung cancer. And then 6 months after that, my mother passed away.
Mi condolencia, brother.
Mi condolencia.
That's just terrible, man.
Yeah, but you got life goes on, and you have to value people that you have left.
That's good. Yeah, you hear me good now?
There you go. Yarin, dímelo.
Dímelo, okay.
Aquí tranquilo, ya tú sabes.
All right. Yeah, man, cancer ain't no joke, man. I know I had lost my father and my grandmother through cancer. Yeah, cancer is definitely just depressing. Yeah.
I mean, it seems like cancer is an eventual. So it's like, people automatically assume that a cancer is gonna bring you death. but it's more like letting you know that things in your body are starting to shut down and you're getting closer to the calling. But
Exactly.
honestly, it's like we shouldn't be surprised anymore to what cancer is or what a cancer might be. Like, we just had a pandemic not too long ago that had nothing to do with cancer, and it was dropping people like flies.
Yeah, and that, you know what? A lot of people that knew about the disease say that you had something already, and they'll attack whether it was wrong with you already. The 19 stuff. I don't know if it's safe to say that online.
Word.
Yeah.
I mean, hey,
But they,
We just call it the 19, I guess.
yeah, that's the best way to say it right now. That 19 stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thank God it's the number 19 and not a number smaller than that, because it would have been
right.
controversial.
Yep.
So,
And you know what though? I remember seeing that Kim. I know they made that made that disease. Cause I remember seeing that on the freight train
I
one
remember
time
that picture.
in Jersey.
I
At
remember
that,
that. I saw that picture. The picture with the freight train saying that what it was
yeah,
carrying.
it was carrying. And then now I was looking at people kind of need to pay attention to these freight trains or write down these numbers because that might be some new stuff that the government trying to make a new disease out of it. That start and just
How
kind of crazy.
they really turned around and weaponized SARS.
Hmm.
Like, they grabbed the coronavirus, because let me tell you something. A coronavirus is not a big deal. I'm gonna explain this in simple words. It's not supposed to be a big deal. The only reason a coronavirus is a coronavirus is because it can infect both humans and animals. That's all coronavirus means.
Hmm.
That's all it means. It doesn't mean that it attacks your respiratory. It doesn't mean none of that stuff. Where COVID-19 was a problem is because it's not just that name. It's SARS-CoV 2019. The SARS part of the COVID is what was attacking the upper respiratory and doing this and that and that and this.
Yep.
Right? The COV part was the part where, they had to shut down the Bronx Zoo because there were tigers in the Bronx Zoo. They had COVID. That's the part that people were like, wait, tigers with COVID? Yes, a coronavirus is a virus that both humans and animals can get.
Oh
So
yeah.
they weaponized it. They weaponized it so that people like me, that I have 5 animals, 5, 2, 4, 6, 8. I have 8 animals in the house. Boom. Here I get sick. Here they get sick. If I don't die, but they die, I'm still gonna die because I'm gonna die emotionally. This whole system, how it systematically broke up, it was to be able to bring back subjugation via segregation. Everybody was going to separate themselves, to be by themselves, to be subjugated to whatever the news say. Why didn't we have toilet paper during COVID-19? Because everybody was looking at the news and they were pooping themselves.
Line up all the toilet papers and stuff.
Eating up all this garbage that was being fed to them. While on the news, they're passing footage of what was going on in Italy. They were making pretend that was happening down the block. When they had the big ass dump truck, you know what I'm saying, the Sealand dump truck downtown, right next to the hospital. Oh yeah, it's full of bodies of people that are just passing from COVID. It was bull. It was empty. I'm like, no wonder they have it so guarded. So they can say whatever story they want. People can feed into it and not actually investigate. The streets were empty in New York. It was on some I Am Legend.
They did look at where New York was empty.
When I came to New York like around October to visit my sister, it was even to the point when I went out there, I was like, is this the same place? Nah, for real though. Because when I was up in New York, right? I like at 8:00, you'll see the place bustling and everything like that. I'm talking about 42nd Street. But at 8:00, it just looked like, It was bare, bro. And I'm talking about October. I was like, dang.
Mm. It looked like a
Yeah.
movie, like a movie scene, because everybody was
Yeah.
so afraid to come out. Yeah, certain people, but it was dead though. I'm remembering them days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
And then on top of it, it was like, okay, I'm not gonna go and say that because I'm not gonna say this and shout out to anybody who's going through homelessness or anything like that
Mm.
or drug addiction. But one thing that I saw which was alarming to me, and this is in no way, shape, or form dissing people who are actually suffering from addiction or anything like that. But you've seen a lot of drug addicts sleeping around the Port Authority. That was something I never saw before. Now in
Oh yeah,
Philadelphia,
that's been
now
going
in
on for years.
yeah, I mean yeah, but the thing is though, it wasn't like that brazen. You went to the Port Authority, you might have had certain people right there, but then it was not like that widespread. When I came through
Nah,
the
it
Port
wasn't that
Authority,
bad.
when I came through the Port Authority, it felt like I never left Philadelphia. I was like,
Mm.
what?
What I'm surprised is how is it that none of those homeless people or drug addicts ever caught COVID and they were out there in the street?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It was something maybe in the drugs and stuff probably kept them away from COVID. And I
Yeah,
ain't
I
trying to
don't
be
know.
funny. Maybe
yeah.
cocaine and crack pie killed it or something. I don't know. Cause I was thinking the same thing. Cause
I was thinking the same thing too. But then if you really look at it, like between I guess when the
Facts,
19 started and until now, right? You have seen that there's been a lot of chain stores that they actually closed down or moved away because of people who are actually stealing their products and stuff. And they've been doing random stuff. I mean, depending on where they're at, that they just let them steal or whatever. Because if the company does something, I guess be a vigilante or themselves, they'll lock up the perpetrator, and then depending on what city they're at, they just let off the next day. So they was like, "Yo,
yeah.
we have to close
especially in
shop,"
New York.
and they closed a lot of shops in Philadelphia and New York because of that.
Yeah,
I
unless
can't
it's
really
grand
speak on other.
larceny in New York, unless you're committing grand larceny, they're gonna let you go. You tried to
Yeah,
steal some stuff, whatever. All right, cool. Get the hell out of here.
yep,
That's it. They're not doing that what they used to do. Oh, what did you steal? You stole this, this, and this. How much was it altogether? Oh, that's $780. How much are you worth? How much are you worth in jail per day? 750. All right, so you're doing a day and a half in jail. That's it. That's what they used to do
basically,
back in the day. Now,
yep,
now it's like, oh, it's not grand larceny. All right, whatever. Send them home.
Dad.
You know what I'm saying? If you do it again, most likely they'll give you community service or whatever.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right, Irby. I mean, when I went to Florida, well,
What is
that was
crazy.
like around at the end of 2021. Everybody was looking at me and my wife because we were the only one wearing masks.
That's wild. I was in
Everybody,
Tampa. I
I
was in
was, I
Tampa
was
for '07, '08, '09, I guess, that time, and there was a lot of homelessness everywhere. The
right,
shelters were full. It's bad.
yeah. I mean, I was, yeah. I only went to like Tampa like around 2011 with my homie Hiram. Shout out to him because he was getting married. So when I went there, I went to a club called Prana. I never seen nothing like that. Everybody had their own section, and then everybody came to the roof and partied.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, there was white people that had their section. There was black people that had their sections. The Caribbean people that had their section. You had the Latino that had their section. You had the LGBT that had their section. But
That's
then
like
when
Club
every
Empire. That's
yeah,
just like Club Empire. You know, because
yeah,
in Tampa, everything everything Party Central is in Ybor City. All right,
That's where I was at.
I bet. Ybor City is basically 2 strips where everything is clubs, museums, opera shows, and stuff like that. That's where Gasparilla is celebrated at.
That's in Tampa, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I ain't been there in a long time.
Yo, when I went to Tampa, it blew my mind, like that whole strip. I mean,
Strip is fire.
Caprano. Yo, I was like, yo, that was like the best place to party and everything like that. I was like, yo, I was like, yo,
These clubs have
good
floors,
stuff.
bro. These aren't just regular clubs. These clubs have floors, and every floor had its own DJ of whatever they were playing. I'm like, what's going on here? Each floor was wild.
Yo, shout out to my homie Jensi Calti.
I think I went to that club too with my brother though. We had all the chicks around us because we was dancing. And it was like we was out dancing everybody. You know what I mean? That was back in the day though, man. Man, that was fun. We had all the women around us dancing. Men was jealous of us that day. You know, we ain't the most handsome dude in the world though, but our footwork was immaculate that night.
Yo, Dad, I was like, yo, Dad, it was like my homies, little dude, right? And it was like, yo, why y'all New York dudes being like that? I was like, yo, where you from? Because I know you ain't from Florida. It was like, oh, no, I'm from D.C. I'm like, okay. Well, you know, he sounded like a cornball anyway. I didn't really care. But other than that, I know the story afterward. He was a cornball. He was a certified cornball. But, you know, other than that,
I didn't know there was certification for that, but.
Nah, well, trust me. It's like you got certain people who, you know.
The title of cornball is easily earned. I didn't know there was a credential for it.
Trust me, it's like this. I've been called a cornball too. But then if you really look at it, right, you have certain people that you know that they're certified corny. Like for example. for example. If you're a grown man,
we're children of the corn for a whole different reason. Huh?
Yo, shout out to my homie Ivan. Yeah. So,
yo, shout out to all the children of the corn. You know what I'm saying?
Children of the corn. I think it's a whole new generation though, man. Cause I be watching the young, they really corny though.
Yo,
they think they fly. They don't got no personality and nothing that really and stuff.
Idiot. Yeah. We love you. We hope you change for the best. It's a whole life in front of you, man. You know, hopefully you can open your eyes and live your life as a human and not just a bowl of corn. So shout out to all the cornballs, all the children of the corn, all the children of the cove, kids that were born during COVID. Blessings to y'all too. I wish a great future ahead of y'all.
I do too.
Yeah, we cool. God bless them.
But the thing is though, dude was certified cornball because you know it's like okay, back. What I say a certified cornball is like okay, if you're a grown man, right, and you and I talk, this is for Haring and Pedrito, and then I'm like, yo, how much money you got? Oh, or something like that. I'm like, you better sit your coney ass down, straight up.
Stop that shit sounds feminine to me, though. Why you gonna ask a man though how much money you got? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want
like get your pocket watching behind straight.
Yeah,
like, yo.
I always thought that was like mookish. That. You know what I mean? When a grown man pocket watch another grown man, that's kind of mookish. You was expecting women to do that, really, though.
I mean, I get pissed off if a woman even asks that. I'm like the only woman that's ever gonna go around and ask that is my wife. And then it was like before it was my wife, right? At my soon to be former job, right? There was a Dominican chick that I guess she liked me or whatsoever the case may be, right? So one day I went up and I had a bonus in my job because of perfect attendance. The next thing you know, there was like, oh, like I heard that you got I heard you got like money and everything like that. What about giving me some? I was like,
Right. Yo, she went straight to
Oh
the
my
juggler.
goodness.
she went to the juggler, right? But
Yeah.
I went, but I went up, and I went up and I went straight to the juggler too. I'm like, yeah, you could go in and ask for money, but first you got to go in and ask my lady. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. Before you
Multa.
want to go in and ask for my dinero and everything like that, you better go in and ask my lady. It
Mhm.
was like, what is that? What is your lady has to do with me asking for money. She has everything because that's the ones who's spending it. So you better go in and ask her. I went up and everybody went up and they laughed at that chick after I said that. I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
like the heck you gonna go in and ask a man for his money? And then that same chick came back 2 years later when she found out that I got married, and she's like, "I'm gonna destroy your marriage." The next thing you know, this chick going around asking me personal questions like, "Hey, how do you and your wife do it in the bed?" I'm like, first of all, that's my wife. Second of all, you ain't gonna know what we do in the bedroom because that stays between us. I had to
That's
tell the
it.
chick 2 times. I'm like, yo, where is it? I'm like, let's be honest. You're gonna go in and ask a person, hey, so how's your bedroom life? I'm like, it's none of your damn business.
I'll
Excuse my
give them.
French, but still.
I'll give them. I'll give them a vision that'll burn inside their head and be like the same way your mom and dad did it.
No.
I'll be like, yo, why you have to violate? Because you violating
Yo.
asking me personal
Yo,
questions.
Pete, like, yeah, I'll do something like that too. Yeah.
Stop crowbarring.
Yo,
Not
dad.
prying. No, not stop prying. Stop crowbarring.
Yo, dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Word. Like, why are you trying to crowbar so hard?
All right.
I'm like, geez. I could understand to some women, I'm ugly. To some women, I'm good looking. But to go
Yeah.
around to go around and ask about your whole sex life, I'm like, nah. Sorry.
That's always a red flag to me anyway when they chick straight talking about asking you for money and stuff like that. She don't like you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because the
That shit
chick
ain't
will
you.
give you the box for free as long as she figures she getting something out of it, you know?
Yep.
That's how some women are. Not everyone though. You know, I don't generalize women though. They
I
just
mean,
I mean,
I mean,
if
in
we're
my
talking about DR, you know what I'm saying? In DR, you know what I'm saying? Women will just give you the box for free just because that's what they're about. But if they know they're getting something in return, they act more favorable.
yep.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
And
like,
this is where the lack of humility comes in because some people will know that they're doing something seeking favor and still be like, oh, I'm rough and rugged about it. Like, nah, go over there with that.
I'm
You
like,
know,
yo,
excuse me, but this kind of reminds me of the situation when I met my ex-wife for the first time in the DR, and she wanted to get busy right away, and it's like, no, can I get to know you first, baby? Because this is the way I figure. If she's willing to give up the box that quickly to me, how many other people she's giving up the box to?
Mm.
Okay,
right.
okay,
DR, it's a
Right.
pastime though. There's nothing else to do. That's the difference.
I mean,
okay, but okay, I look,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I'm
Discúlpame, I
very
know what
old
you mean.
fashioned. Granted, I'm very old fashioned, but before I even talk about smashing, I gotta get to know you.
yeah,
I'm
pretty
sorry.
much. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I'll agree with that.
yeah,
I agree.
it's like to me, right? I could actually say that I don't know if it's being blessed or anything like that, but there's certain stuff. I mean, in the time when I was single, that you could do in DR that chick in the United States like WTF, right? For example, I could be a cornball and I don't care. And I'll say it. I went up and I tipped my hat to a female one time.
Mm.
You know what she did? She gave me her whole number.
See?
So
Yeah.
yeah, you do that in New York, they'll be like, "What the heck is that? This is not the 1950s."
Oh yeah, yeah. You be a gentleman in New York though. They gonna probably curse you out and be like, "Why you try to be a gentleman for?" I mean,
Yo,
chick
yo, yo,
crazy.
yo,
New York.
yo,
Outdated now.
yo, it's like a Papoose and Remy situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit,
That
being a
Pat
gentleman
Pooh
is
thing ain't
outdated
no
now.
better though. Know what I mean?
That's
I feel
crazy.
bad for my man though, Pat though. He hold that girl down while she was in prison. Shit, most of the men would have moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
All them women out there, and he got a little bit of fame too. She ain't thought
yeah,
about that, you know.
right.
I don't know
And
what
then,
she was thinking about. I don't even want to jump into that topic.
Yeah,
It's like
it's just that
that's wild.
it's just that
yeah,
you have certain people that that they're ungrateful for what a person will actually do for them, or how a person will actually ride out for them. So therefore, that goes for women and men. And one thing I got to say is this: is that when you see somebody's being ungrateful for your sacrifices, what you're doing, you don't know how much a person will ride for you until they park.
yeah.
Yep.
I mean, look, I remember one time my ex-wife actually had the nerve to ask my mother, God rest her soul,
Rest
if I had someone else on the side.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's bold.
So
That's very bold.
you know how my mother replied, "No, but I wish she did."
Yo, my mother would have
Ah,
rest in peace. Rest in peace. My mother would have done the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Her
So
mother
then,
wouldn't told her none either.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
so
the
then,
question was insulting already as it was, but then Mom Duke's added insult to injury. Like,
That.
I wish she did, because you annoying.
okay. First of all, if you're gonna accuse me of having someone else on the side, talk to me about it. Do not bring my mother into your freaking stupidity.
Right.
100%,
Right.
1,000%.
Which is part of the reason why we are divorced.
Right.
Okay. Now I
Uh,
was married for 2 years to this person. Okay, and then
all right.
10 years go by. I don't hear from her. Thank goodness. All of a sudden, someone tries to message me, DM me. It's my ex-wife.
Wow.
Okay. So then I talked to her. So okay. So I said to her, "How can I help you?" Oh, I just want to apologize because of the way I acted when I married. Blah 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 blah. I said, "Look, I don't hold a grudge. I already moved on." Lo and behold, her sister wanted me to remarry her sister for papers.
Uh,
No, no,
find another idiot. Sorry to
yeah,
say, but
Yeah.
yo,
no,
not
That's
yo, not
negative.
let's put it like this, Don Jose, right?
yeah.
Imagine if you let's just say in the bad universe, right? If you did marry her, and then all of a sudden you find out that she got more body hair than you do. Would you divorce right away? No, I'm just joking with it.
Yeah.
Look, let me tell you something. I
Give you
can
chest
deal.
hair and make you run away.
I can
Yeah, I
deal
know.
with.
I just,
No, I can deal with body hair. I cannot deal with if the kitty cat smell like that fish.
Oh man, that's a deal breaker. I had kicked a woman out my house because of that one time back in the day, man. She
yo,
was pretty too. Soon as she had pulled down them pants, she smelled like the projects. I was like, yeah, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't play that.
I mean,
She
let
had
me
the
t-
project
let me
template
t-
smell.
I
Oh
mean,
no.
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
smelling like pink houses and shit.
let me tell you something. When you let your kitty cat go that way and it smells like dead fish, there's something wrong. Either you're not taking care of yourself, or you're being used as a community as a
As a
recreation.
community service worker, right?
I mean, I don't want to put my 2 cents in this, but I am gonna say something medically. When women let someone shoot their gym up and they don't clean it properly, that residue of that mixed with their own mix of whatever fluids they got going on, that makes that marisco smell that we don't like, that fish smell.
Yeah,
That's where that comes from. So if
Mm.
you have a clean woman, and all of a sudden the next day, out of nowhere, out the clear blue sky, she just has like this weird fish smell. You got to ask yourself, man, may I have busted a little in her? Or did someone else bust a little in her? Because it's not supposed to smell like that. It naturally doesn't smell like that, especially
No, it
fresh out
don't.
the shower. Fresh out the shower, if it smells like that, it's because you didn't clean the inside properly.
Yeah.
Medically speaking.
Ladies, do yourself a favor, and for us men, make sure that your kitty cat is properly clean, because no self-respecting man wants to be with a woman with a bad smelling kitty cat.
Yeah, pretty
People,
much.
Yeah.
But then
people,
for the guys that don't respect themselves, well, you can have that. But
Yeah.
yo, that I'm
we don't
like,
speak for the community of men that have no flags. We're talking about those that have some type of gentleman trait to them.
Right.
yes.
Some kind of morals and dignity with them.
In
Oh,
Spanish,
speaking
we call
about
that in Spanish we call that sin escrúpulo. When you
okay,
have no
Yep.
type of morality or shame of you, no tienes escrúpulo.
Yeah.
speaking about that, last year about this time, I went to Olive Garden for lunch. So I happened to meet this lady. She was in her 40s. We started talking, so I just gave her my number, whatever. Next thing you know, she's calling me. Oh, I want you to come over. I want you to make love. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. It's like,
What? Oh yeah, I heard this story before.
I mean, I eventually had to block her because she was giving me like fatal attraction.
I had one of those.
She was furious, huh? She kept coming.
I mean, she wanted me. Okay, look, she wanted me to experience the kitty cat. It's like, well, first of all, if you're giving up to me, how many other people you're giving it up to? I'm sorry. I mean, it's like,
and
That's
then
good to have a conscience like that, though. You got to. That's safe thinking like that, because I think like that too. When somebody try to
yeah.
pull it at you too fast, I'd be like, "Hold up, how many dudes she done
I'm like,
did
yeah.
this to?"
I'm like,
Nothing too easy is good, man. That goes for
thank
everything.
you.
Money,
Yeah,
cars, women.
yeah,
Nothing too
yeah.
easy is good. Oh, here, have this house for free. Why? Oh, you'll find out in 6 months.
Oh wow.
Like, I don't want to find out in 6 months.
I mean, it meant like my last relationship, right? I was a good dude. I'm not gonna say I was the best dude. I was just a good dude. But I had to go in and leave that joint. Like imagine you come into your crib 1 minute or maybe an hour late because of public transportation. You're tired from work and everything like that, and then there's an argument. Oh, you were cheating. I'm like, really? So I'm cheating and I just came home from work. Where do they do that at? I'm trying to go to sleep. I don't want to hear this crap.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don Armando, I'll do one better. Imagine your fiance every time she sees you talking with some lady, oh, you're sleeping with that lady. And it's like, then I must be getting a lot of tail if that is the case, because I talk to a lot of people.
Yo, I had the same thing. Like for example, I was talking to a whole bunch of Spanish ladies, right? Maybe they like my conversation. I don't know. I wasn't there for that. I was just having a talk. The next thing you know, she was like, "Yo, how you know them? You sleeping?" I was like, "Well, guess
You
what?
sleeping? I look wide awake to you.
I'm like, well, guess what? If you want to go around and accuse me and everything like that, guess what? I'll do it right in front of your face. You accuse me of this joint like 100 times. You think I'm afraid of you? Real men don't. They're like, hey, you accuse me of that, I'll do it. Well, don't go around and take my advice, real men. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if somebody ever accuses you of cheating, we're just talking about the pre-marriage phase. Before you ever get married, dump that chick. The reason why is this: she don't trust you, and then if you have questions about your female and stuff, and then she
False
don't,
alarm.
yeah, I hear you. And then she want to go and talk to her to somebody else other than you who's a male. I'm like, no, I don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank God I'm married. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. That's the best. That's the blessed thing,
I'm about to
man.
go kick this alarm in the butt.
Because people now, they out there dating it. They got it real bad nowadays, though. So that's a blessed thing to be married. Mm, Nobody don't.
I mean, for real, some of these women have these extreme delusions. Like, she can be like 500 pounds, but she expects the guy to be 6 feet tall, has a six pack, and make not a 6-figure salary, a 7-figure salary.
Wow.
With their feet looking like busted biscuits and stuff. Talk about they want 6-figure men. Like, take care of your feet first.
All right.
Yeah.
No. I'll do you one better, and this is for the
Pillsbury biscuits. You never had the Pillsbury busted biscuits when you turn the thing and they pop.
Yep.
You never seen a lot of feet look like that when they wear them heels. Yeah.
No, but shout out to all the big women though, because you got
some nice
big,
clean ones.
You got some big women that will blow any skinny or curvy chick out of the waters by the way they dress, the way their personality is, and everything like that. So one thing that I've seen that when I was dealing with some of these racists, the racists that I deal with, the one that likes to take everybody's Dominican cards.
Oh yeah, that man, that cat. I told you that cat can't take nobody's Dominican card because he was born in New York.
Exactly. So therefore, he's an idiot. Now, with that said, right now, a lot of people of his ilk love to go around and make fun of big women and everything like that. But guess what? Y'all a whole bunch of liars. Like let's keep it for real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some men, they do like their dream chick, which is skinny and have all the attributes and everything like that. Me personally, they were trying to go around and make fun of my preference. Well, guess what? When I was single, I had a preference that was thick and curvy. And then I might have had a skinny chick here and there.
Yeah.
But what was attracted to me, or if I was attracted to them, maybe because of the personality or stuff, was actually a thick woman.
That's more important to me, though, man. They heart and personality. Sometimes looks like a chicken to look good all you want with the shape and everything you like, but to be the devil at the same time.
And then,
So I look at personality, if they kind and stuff like that. Sometimes people be surprised, like they might not be the most attractive, but they might be the best women that you ever deal with. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Exactly.
them pretty chicks, man, be some of the dirtiest chicks in the world, man. I done had stories, man.
Yeah. I mean, like me personally, you might have a chick that you think that's all fine, but then before you think you're gonna go around that crux that you like, yeah, I'm gonna finalize the relationship. She goes, you could actually say that, okay, you cannot fault the women because she actually was honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, yo, I was talking to so and so. She was like, well, excuse me, before we go further, I have to go around and tell you that I have herpes. I'm like, bye.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm like, I know that you're very respectful and everything like that. I'm glad that you told me, but this is my decision. Bye. I'm like, I'm not. I'm sorry. That ain't me. And that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes, man, I know what
it's
you're
very
talking
rare.
about. I had been changing my algorithm the best I can do on that stuff, man, on the other world. Because you know what I mean, everybody focuses on negativity and that ain't good for you to focus on that. That's actually what mess up your health, you know?
Yeah, shout out to my homie Humore. El de San Pedro también. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out. Jose, what were you gonna say, man?
I say it's very rare that you see a woman there that actually being honest, because nowadays you have women that will not admit anything. So it's very rare to see someone that's actually taking accountability for their for their actions and whatnot. But
Yeah,
I swear, I mean, somebody's chicks or whatever. It's like they're in Delulu land.
Oh yeah. Especially if they're feminists. Really
that's
though, a lot of them women get tricked to feminists because they really be women on the other side of the alphabet world. And those the ones that really recruiting the women that hate men. And people don't pay attention to it though, because you look at the leaders, most of the leaders from the alphabet community. And no disrespect towards them though, it ain't all of them,
Yeah.
it's just
But,
most.
yeah. So that's kind of sad though. But I don't talk about that kind of stuff too much, no, because they very sensitive, and they'll put you on the hate category and stuff like that.
Then you get a lawsuit for no reason.
Yeah, that's why I stay away from certain stuff. You know what I mean?
They'll put you on the do not call list real quick.
Yeah.
No. The world to me got weirder. Ain't nobody though. Yeah, when my year has been on, I'm like, man. I was like, man, I sometimes I be looking at things. I like, man, I'm on the right planet.
Am I on the wrong planet?
Right.
It's real, man.
I remember one time I was on a share ride service, and then the driver called me, and on my way down, and in the background, the woman's like crazy, like, "I gotta give my baby, blah 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 blah," and then the lady have the nerve to ask me where I was going. It's like, it's none of your concern. And then she's arguing with the driver. The driver does not speak English. So she kept going on and on and on and on. I said, lady, why are you arguing with a guy that doesn't speak English? So she kept going on and on and on. Thank goodness I had my headphones so I can drown out her stupidity, so I can listen to my music, because the last thing, first of all, it's too early in the day to be fussing with someone. particularly if the person doesn't even speak English. I mean,
Yeah.
you're just wasting your energy going on and on and on, have an appointment, blah 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 blah. Okay. Hey, if you want to raise your blood pressure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep. You could tell that was a very unhappy person, though.
Yep.
No, no, this person was in need to be placed in a 72-hour involuntary observation period in a rubber room with a white straitjacket on.
In other words, straight Baker Act.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but a lot of people is crazy nowadays, though. Do Doolittle, and they don't even know it.
Well, I have a couple of terms for these people. 2 years ago I referred to them as the mentally and intellectually challenged because they are challenged people. And then I refer to them as the circus because they act like a bunch of clowns. Now I refer to as people being in the soup because they are completely lost. Okay. Also there's one person that does not know me said that I had an STD, that I don't practice
Mm.
dental hygiene, that I'm
Mm.
broke, that I'm
Mm.
lonely, that no one
Mm.
loves me, I'm a
Mm.
racist.
Mm.
And one person actually say I'm a self-hating white Latino.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
I didn't get that at
Oh,
all.
Yo, that.
yeah.
Okay. And
I'm,
it's
Yeah,
like,
that's new. I ain't never really hear that too much.
yeah.
okay, but you know what it is? These people, they crave attention. Okay. What's the best way to deal with them? Ignore them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was that same person that went up and tried to say, "Oh, well, okay, well, let's put it like this: the narrative is to certain people, I'm a fake Dominican, and then I got doxxed, and they still trying to say that I'm a fake Dominican." I'm like, give it up. Your lies
Yeah.
don't even make sense.
I mean,
I
I'm
ain't
It's
I'm
go.
funny.
I mean, I'm sorry, but for a person to be talking about me who has only 500 views in his channel, where I just did a short that has like about 1,000.
Wow.
I mean, it's like, really,
Mm.
take a seat, my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really. Sometimes, though, I learn, man, some of them stuff when they come to like race top, I start entertaining them because it don't make no sense. Then a lot of them people, though, they talk crazy online, and then when you see them in real life, they're gonna call the cops and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, man, a lot of them people
Yeah.
not really like that, and then they talk about all the stuff been through back in the day, and a lot of them people wasn't out there back in the day. I was out there back in the day. Some of them
Thank you.
people were scared, and then I could show you one people that be on the man that don't like you that I used to protect their dad. So that's why they don't go in on them. Don't go in on me like that because I got papers, and if they show me, if they dad see me, they'll say, "No, you can't talk that to me. He has saved my life from the Bloods." And so listen, there's some of them dudes that be up there talking like that. I don't saved their life before in New York. So you know what I mean? They ain't going. They know.
The
Mhm.
Mm.
the reason one of the main reasons why I have ops is because of the people that I choose to hang with. And it's like, it's simple. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. Okay. And if you don't, if you cannot deal with that, hey, take a seat. Take a seat.
Respect is respect,
Yep.
man. It's that simple.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But then you have certain people that they'll actually try to point a narrative like they know you. You haven't met me a day in my life, and 9 times out of 10, I will not hang with cornballs that actually. Let's put it like this: I want to actually hang with cornballs that actually make fake delusions and everything like that, and then try to tell you, "Oh, I'm gonna." As soon as you do something that that displeases them, I'm gonna put your authorities. I'm gonna call the authorities because of something. I'm
Oh,
like,
911 fingers. I hate those people.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's how I look at a lot of them people that be talking crazy on TikTok. Majority of them and a
On
lot of people
911
online, man,
fingers.
they police callers, though. They best to believe. I don't believe a lot of them cats. Even
Why?
some
Why?
of them people in the country, are scary people. I be knowing.
Hmm.
Because
Why
people that
say?
really brave don't be act like that online or go crazy and disrespect
Why?
people
My
like that.
question is, why do they seek this kind of attention where they want to act tough and provoke and say, "Oh, I bet you won't pull up," all this other stuff, and then when people pull up right on their live, oh, oh, this person pulled up on me. Hold on, I'm about to call 911. You was on live this whole
Yeah.
time saying, "I bet you won't pull up," and now you coming off live calling 911.
We got them singing wide quaffing. Someone please call 911.
That part.
Yeah.
Pardon. It's wild, man. It's just
Yeah,
sad.
that's why I don't really go pay that stuff no attention because I be knowing. And
Yeah.
then they be trying to show their face like it making me. I'm like, that don't mean nothing. You show your face, and then that don't mean that you still got the police on speed dial.
I know. And then on top of it, and then on top of it, which was funny is that you had that I went up and I said something that was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go around and we're gonna get the police on him. We're gonna go around and have all the documentation and stuff. And then they had like a whole Telegram chat on how they were gonna try to put me in jail, and it didn't work.
Yeah, but remember,
Yo, dead.
but Don, I remember someone was trying to trying to get me fired from my job.
Oh yeah, same here.
Oh wow, and that's miserable, man. You out there trying to mess up people's livelihood, and just because they disagree with you, or some type of that's what I was like, man. A lot of people, man, that are not men, really. That's very feminine.
Well, I mean, and what's the crazy part is I never say jack about the person that make these accusations.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's just all because of people that you choose to associate with, and then on top of it, that person or persons have histories of actually doing these type of actions towards people, and it's to the point that I'm like really, okay, you know what? Let's see if you really want to go and stalk people and everything. I guess I'll get my money up. I'll go globe trotting. 9 times out of 10, a stalker ain't gonna go around and stalk you all over the world because if you're making money, they will not have money to keep up with you.
Right. And I'll be on the plane, always in and out the country and stuff like that. So I know a lot of times people can't catch up with me because they don't know where I'm at. No, I'm like,
Basically,
where's Waldo? I could be anywhere.
Okay, first of all, anyone that goes up to my job, first of all, I'm a municipal employee who got his job through civil service, meaning guess what? There's a whole lengthy process you got to do in order for me to get terminated. Number one. Number two, I belong to a very strong union that's going to defend me. So, good luck. That's all I'm going to say.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then third, I never thought that out. And third is I never thought that I'll be made fun of just because I became a homeowner. Where
That's
they do
weird, man.
that at? Where
I
they
don't
do
know.
that at? And then they talking about value properties at 3,000 and everything like that. I'm like, I don't care about another person's home property. I got mines and I'm happy.
What?
Because 9 times out of 10, when people will be talking about home properties and all that stuff, they don't know that, hey, there's a thing called gentrification that's happening. And 9 times out of 10, people could actually sell their property more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong. Sometimes you just got to catch up and make sure you surviving. That's all that's important, you know.
Exactly.
That's all that's important, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't look at what people have or materialistic things and stuff like that. As long as you healthy and your family happy and you happy, you know what I mean? Everybody else opinion at the end of the day don't mean nothing, you know?
Pretty much.
Yeah. People always gonna have something negative to say, you know, that's just what it is in the world. We can't really stop that so much. It's all, know what I mean? You surround yourself around good people and stuff like that, and that uplift you and stuff like that, you know, that's not going to affect you, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, things like that have to happen for a reason, though. You know, believe it or not, when people are persecuting you and stuff like that, that's feedback that you're affecting the opposite kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It's, I call it free promotion. I was telling that to Armando the other day. I said, "Oh, you got some haters? That's cool. That's free promotion." Because while they're talking about you in hate, other people are listening and then viewing you later and seeing who you really are. And now you just earned a fan because somebody was hating on you, throwing shade. But you can't throw shade on the light because the light will always repel the dark.
Right.
I mean, look, I'm 9 subs away from 500, and I have
I'm
close to
like,
100, and I'm close to 180,000 views on my main channel.
yeah.
Obviously, I'm doing something right.
Right. And you know, I'm almost there to the 500. So you know, I'm just gonna be fighting this year, and I can say this: I feel happy. So you know, it is what it is.
Well, gentlemen, I'm gonna jump down. It was a real pleasure.
It's
Speaking
always a
with you.
pleasure, Don Jose.
Thank you. And of course, you know, if you have not done so, I really would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. I talk about everyday issues, and it's not an echo chamber. People are allowed to express their views as long as we be mutually respectable. And with all that, have a good weekend, guys.
You too,
All right,
Don
bless you,
Jose.
brother. Safety.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.
All right. Now, another question I gotta ask you, Haring. When did you first listen to Dominican hip hop? Okay.
Se fue el hombre.
Maybe it's the connection.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not your average glitch.
Yeah. Oh, maybe he was doing something.
Oh, yeah, back at it. Yeah, I have to go run and do something real quick.
Yeah, so when was the first time, because I know that you're older than us, Haring, when was the first time you listened to Dominican hip hop?
Would probably be, and maybe in the early 20s, because we had a culture though, because they used to rap inside of the Domingo all the time in the capital.
Right.
So it's been a long, since, man, I was like a teenager though, because they've always had people that used to come from, like, you know, I mean, New York and stuff like that, and used to bring down tapes and stuff like that. You know, they probably don't even know what they were saying, but they used to rap off the English.
All
You
right.
know, artists and stuff though like that though. So we always had a coach, especially in the neighborhood I'm from. Though. I mean, we always did kind of looked up the New York rappers and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you see in the hood, we dress like New Yorkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's been like a long time, probably ever since the '80s, really. Ever
Yeah.
since the '80s, it's been that long. Because I remember, it always been people that used to come from the city and always bring down like music, like rap tapes and stuff like that. We always was very in tune with hip hop.
Hmm.
Yes, it was like it's been a long time. I mean, we heard like the stuff from like people made in Puerto Rico and stuff like that though. But I think we was more. I think in my neighborhood though, we liked the New York rappers and California and more than anything, you know.
All right.
And, you know, Dembo and all that started in my neighborhood, you know.
It did. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dembo started in Capotillo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're talking about Capotillo. There's another rapper that I haven't heard of in a long time because I guess he's living in Spain. Shout out to
Mm.
Comandante Fly.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of them guys, you know what I mean? They got into like rapping and stuff like that. Like I was saying, because listening to like rappers from New York and all that.
Hmm.
And so that's why you look like some of these styles and stuff like that. They kind of got that, like from their cousins and, you know, coming down and they people that getting deported, coming down, I mean, introducing them to music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, if you actually look at it, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe you could correct me because you're of the older generation, Harding. But unofficially, you gotta actually thank Wilfrido Vargas for that, for that track El Dinero.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Wilfrido Vargas, you gotta admit, he
Well,
made
Eddie
history.
Herrera.
Yeah, and Eddie Herrera too.
Eddie
You
Herrera,
know,
because he was the one. He was the one that hit that English verse on El Jardinero. I don't even think those lyrics were from El Maestro Wilfrido Vargas, but it was definitely on one of his compositions. So the credit definitely goes to Wilfrido Vargas, but the big shout out goes to Eddie Herrera. He's the one that went Zulu Nation on that beat.
yeah,
Mhm.
he did.
He sure did.
Even though I didn't know a thing he said, to
I
this day.
found out about the test. Everybody knows now who's the best. Best in the East, best in the West, best in the source. Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This old man. Takache, así que do it. Ah.
Yeah.
yeah.
We've
Shout
been.
out on Instagram. Shout out to Perico Bling TV
That's
and
one of
my
my favorite
homegirl Get 'em
songs in
Girl
the world.
1983.
El Jardinero is one of my favorite songs in the world. Like my top 10
Basically,
famous songs in the world.
yeah. And Africano, I was basically raised with that song. Nobody could
It's
tell
a
me
cool
different.
song. It's a cool jam, but it's not El Jardinero.
It's not.
It's not.
And then on top of it, when I was still young, I
Yeah,
was
nothing in there. That's my John.
and Baile de Perito, and then Baile. It was like I think La Colita or something like that that Wilfrido Vargas had. Yo,
A ver, a mover la colita. Si no hablamos, yeah, that was him.
Mm-hmm.
That was him. He was around for that. There's other maestros too, man. Ramon Orlando,
yep.
Joseito Mateo,
En
Johnny
paz descanse.
Ventura,
En paz
Ale
descanse.
Bueno.
Yep.
I could keep going, bro. Like,
Yeah, you had the late great Antonio Morel. You had Papa Molina. You had who else? The late great Luis Abelti. Who else? I'm forgetting. It might be. I don't know. let me see, what's his name? Yeah, and I think he's still alive. Out of all the maestros. Yeah, Dad, I know that he's a Puerto Plateño, but I can't get his name. But I can't.
I can't tell you his name either right now.
Yeah,
Oh my.
he's one of the very old school maestros, known for playing the piano and everything like that. He's been doing his thing since 1949. Well, yeah, I'm trying to think. What's that? But there's a song that's actually attributed to him. Arrojito Cristalina. But I was just thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Boot camp.
Rafael Solano.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for that. I like how they sometimes. I guess I noticed that get like some stuff I like, and I guess some stuff is catchy. But that's how it is with music, you know.
Yeah. Like
There's sometimes you might like something somebody else don't like.
Yeah, like this fat guy by the name of Dave Blunts. That guy has a weight problem. I ain't gonna front, but he be saying
the one that had the oxygen tank.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yo, but you be saying
that's kind of scary though. But
yeah, it is. But
that's scary though.
Yeah, it is. But the stuff that he said on the freestyle, I was like, I actually posted it on my Instagram. I was like, yo, is he hot or is he not?
And you notice in hip hop, a lot of the greats and the rap game was big men.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And Heavy D and them and
the Fat Boys.
The Fat Boys, you had Chuck Rock. You had, you know what I'm saying? Most of the big Pun, Biggie, you know what I mean? A lot of the big dudes always was good in rapping. You barely seen the trash big dude rapping.
Right.
These are all people that suffered and went through a lot. You know what I'm saying? These people were skinny at one point. So guess what? When they hit that fame, they started eating hard. And that's why they blew up and they were so fat. Because, you don't, if you're someone that, since a kid, that you've always been fat and you always eat, you don't just blow up because your body's naturally used to it. But when you're someone that starves a lot and then all of a sudden you're eating, your body blows up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sure.
That's true. And that's why I be often my weight be up and down though.
Pun is one of my bros. You heard? Rest in peace, Big Pun. Pun is one of my bros. And I remember Pun was flaquito at one point. And as soon as he blew up, he blew up.
Yeah, that is true though. Yeah, being hungry ain't no joke though. I do know about it though. That shit ain't no joke.
It's not.
That's why sometimes I be telling some of them Dominicans from the Capos, like, man, I'll relate to y'all from the city. Sometimes we used to be hungry and stuff like that, and people will feed you around you though, but we ain't had much at all. So I'd be like, you have to hustle. So people still took care of each other if you ain't have, in the neighborhood though. But shit, we ain't had it like how the way they had it. Living in the city, was a different life.
Yeah.
You just learn how to hustle though. Everybody from down there know how to hustle.
Mm-hmm. Right. Even even this old man that's I guess he's been singing. Well, I guess for lack of a better word, obscenities for ever since the 1980s, and everybody in the Capitol knows him. You know who I'm
Yeah,
talking about, Haring.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that guy. That guy. I have yet to see him in the Capitol, but I remember I was just bored one day, like in 2006. I just put on the computer and I was just looking. I was like, okay, I'm interested in what Dominicans have to say. Here's this old man with the with the comb and some paper and a broken record player singing vulgarities, but it rhymes. I was like, yo, out of and now this guy he still does it. I'm like, how come nobody even put this old man on, man? I mean, he's been doing this for for nearly 40 years.
Yeah. There's a lot of people, man, that I had met from the cap. They posted, man, which they got on, but some of them, know what I mean, got locked up. But there was a
Right?
lot of talent, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, plenty of talent.
yeah,
And then we have a lot of geniuses too, A lot of people that grew up with me, though, man, are like got money now. That came from
yeah.
I call it the tin can houses.
Yep.
That came from the tin can houses, like I did. A lot of them, they got bread, and they still good people. They ain't never changed and stay humble though, because they know where they came from.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He said Tin House. That Casa de Sing.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. I thank God for the opportunity. I was able to build a couple of those houses for people that lost their houses during Hurricane George. We were literally going to places where people lost their homes and making 4 holes to put wood in the hole, put concrete, make a frame it down with planks of some type of plywood or combination wood like
Yeah.
panels, and then we would put the sing on top. I was able to participate in that, and I felt real good, man, giving back to the community.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was in the Capitol and I was real small. Our house was made out of anything that you could find, like scrap. It was really illegal, but you know what I'm saying? It just you can't help how the way you was born came up when you was born, and then some of my sisters and stuff they had separated them and moved them with some of my other family on the North Coast. But they kept me in the Capitol because it was like you a man, so it was like, man, you could probably be able to handle this more. So that's why I ain't never lived in nowhere nice until until I left the island and moved to America after a while. And shit, the project was luxury and shit. The pad that came from, I was like, oh shit, nice. Oh shit, they ain't raining inside the house and
Right.
running water and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the projects now though, but man. But yeah.
Something projects. If you come from a third world country and you end up here and you end up in the projects,
that's luxury.
It's really beautiful to not have to go walk for that water. That you got
Right.
hot water too. You know what I'm saying? Part of a system that if you don't have a heating system, you don't have hot water over there.
Yep.
Yep.
So that alone is like, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of people, don't understand that kind of stuff, like people gotta appreciate what they have. Some people, man, I see some people, man, that live poor like this to this day. and down there in the capital, and they way more happier than people that live decent in America. Ain't that something?
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's crazy, you know what I mean? And they ain't not even miserable. They smiling and stuff like that. But you go to the suburbs in America, people don't even smile.
Of course
That's
not.
crazy. That's kind of ain't that's crazy.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
money doesn't buy happiness.
The
Sure
dream.
don't.
You know, and it's one of those.
hmm
It's one of
Yep.
those.
Yep.
Because a lot of people with money sometimes they be lonely too. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it depends on the up. You know, like say that you could be too uppity, and then nobody don't want to be around you no more. You know. And so that's how sometimes a lot of people don't know. Sometimes it depends. The money sometimes change people's personality, and people don't want to be around them. After a while, if you got a bad attitude and treat people foul, I mean, money ain't gonna keep people around you. The only time you're gonna have people around you if they want something from you.
Right.
It's always good to stay who you are and never change for nobody.
Basically.
100%.
And if you do change, you just change for the better.
Right. Yep.
Always.
Change for growth. That's the only thing that's worth.
Yep.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm about to log out, bro. I'm starting to nod over here.
I hear you, bro.
Yeah, it is kind of late.
Catching age.
But manito,
Damn.
tomorrow, hopefully, we'll do the martial arts thing on Saturday. So therefore,
Yeah, tomorrow. I'm gonna be in contact with him tomorrow, and
all right,
hopefully, depending on what he says, if he's not gonna be available, and if I'm gonna let you know, and if anything, we could probably just skip it till next Wednesday.
all right, Taton.
Yeah, because I mean, not saying that I don't want to do the show, because obviously
Right.
it's something that we do regardless.
Right.
But it's very fond for the listeners that we actually have a theme. That we're not just. Me personally, I get yo me desilusiono. Like I feel like someone's coming and then they say they're not coming. Like it'll reflect in my voice throughout the whole show, as opposed
Gotcha.
to as
Yeah, I hear
opposed to
you.
me letting it go. I won't let it go. It'll bother me. Like damn,
Right.
this person was coming and then it came. It'll be a nag on the top of my head.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. That's the best way to do it. Just to be like they say you'll try, This they'll make a promise, and then he's still good,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. Because I know
Yep.
sometimes people might have an emergency or probably have something that they got to attend to right away. Sometimes things happen like that. That happened with me sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd be busy and
Yeah.
then I end up having to do something. So, yeah. But I know what you mean, though.
Yeah. But like I said, sometimes you have to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
You can't expect everything to be peaches and roses.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, yo, Don, Fight ever came over here?
No.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to come over here. Like, man, come over here sometime. I know he be honest. They be fighting we still be doing just to get him to talk about something different. Know what I mean? I know he be over there on his channel, man. They be wilding over there.
Yeah, me personally, I haven't really been in this channel for a year. I just actually been on my own streak. So
Yeah.
yeah. So it's just that me, it's like I'm on my own streak, and hopefully, like in 2025, if I get like certain equipment ready, me and Pete, I might be making more trips to New York often, and we're gonna actually develop some fire content.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But if you're doing, you know what I mean, it start off small, but it'll get bigger. You know what I mean? It just everything works in time. You know, everything takes time.
Exactly.
Everything starts with the first step.
Yep.
You know, it's not a forest because there's a million trees. It's a forest because there was one tree there and it became more.
Yep.
Yep.
So slowly but surely.
Yep. Well, I had shared your this on my media, on some of my social media, just to try to get more people, to
Exactly.
come in and stuff like that, that's what you got to do, especially, what I mean, if you support somebody, what I mean, you want to share some of your stuff on some other platforms and see, try to see who you could get to come in,
Yep.
but I've been sharing it with good people though, hey, this ain't not
That's
with
good.
anybody, you know what I mean? Certain crowds, you know what I mean? I ain't don't want them to come over here, you know what I'm saying?
Basically.
Because I like the stuff we talk about over here. We real normal over here, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yep.
So, that's a good energy, And then, I know it's definitely going to get bigger on the martial arts, though, topics, though, because people love martial arts.
Pretty
It
much.
might get big. We might start getting a couple people from, you know what I'm saying, overseas and stuff like that and start chiming, you know what I'm saying, different styles. And I
Yeah.
might start to see if I could talk to, see if I could get in contact with somebody I know in Brazil, though. They practice capoeira.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah. So obviously, if I get them, because that's a part of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to get in contact with him. Like, he love talking about stuff like that. And then, but he been busy, so it's been hard. But if I could get a he'll definitely, he'll pull up sometimes.
All right.
Yeah. I said, I'm trying to.
That's what's up. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah.
Big blessings to everyone. Safety. Cojo suave.
Ya tú sabes, manito. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a good show.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome here.
Yeah. I'll definitely pull up, man, every time I get a chance to.
Yep.
I just had them long 2 weeks, man, had me so busy. So,
Yeah.
how you be happy I have to do work and the only thing sometimes I've been doing other stuff, just been listening, but I got all that off. So, I'm probably going to be busy now. I'm not going to be too busy now, I'll probably be more available now.
Yep.
Yeah. That is, you got to make your money,
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you the next time, man.
Yeah, I should. Hopefully, I would. If everything goes smooth, I'll be back tomorrow, and then I'll actually make another show on Sunday.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
What do you feel about that Floyd Mayweather thing? That's what I forgot to mention. Ain't that was kind of something though, when he was getting when it was in London, when it was attacked in England somewhere. I don't know if it was London exactly, but I know they said it was in England somewhere.
I mean, I heard about it, but I can't really elaborate or form of an opinion because it's like either here or there with me. Because it's like, okay, you look at the article, Floyd Mayweather get attacked. I mean, okay, I don't know the full scope or details of what happened.
Right.
I'm like, if Floyd Mayweather got attacked or anything like that, I'm just saying from the little that I do know, you should have had better security.
Yeah. Like they got a video though of it though, but he got lucky though. He had security though, but he was kind of lucky though because it was outnumbered.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if his demeanor rubbed people off. The people been coming at his neck for a long time in the streets. I mean, regular people.
Yeah, I mean,
So I don't know if it's his demeanor or not. No, sometimes, man, you gotta have a demeanor that rub people off the wrong way sometimes.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. And I ain't saying he a bad dude though, but you know,
But then
but
you have,
sometimes,
yeah,
you know, being flashy could be dangerous, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Pete just said earlier, you have people who are that they were millionaires or anything like that, but they went up and they were with the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny too, because a lot of people that got money that made it for them bowl and stuff like that, some of them, a lot of them still go to the hood.
Yeah.
They be in the hood chilling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I was laughing at one thing. I was like, yeah, they banned TikTok from America. I was like, man, I don't think I wouldn't miss that shit.
I mean, me personally,
Certain people, a lot
if to me, I never really made money in TikTok. I might post a picture and stuff like that, but guess what? There's certain ways that you could circumvent that. Have a VPN.
Yep.
I'm like, come on.
Yeah, I ain't never took it that serious in anyway, you know.
I take YouTube and IG series more than I do a TikTok. So
Yeah, me too. Because YouTube, I would actually would like a live. I would join a YouTube live. IG probably, but TikTok, nah. The only reason why though, because you talking to too many immature youngins on there and then ignorant old heads. So I don't really don't feel like, I don't need to interact. I did it a few times though, but that's not my thing over there though. Know what I mean? I don't like it's entertaining, but it could be toxic at the same time.
Pretty much.
So then I don't never take it serious. And then I look at it as a kid's app still though, even though you got a whole bunch of grown people on there though.
Yeah.
Yeah. The adults get messed up for the young people though.
Exactly.
As soon as they start talking about serious stuff and politics and stuff like that, they took the fun out of that app. I miss that app when it was dancing and stuff and people being funny, you know?
I mean, me personally, when they talk about the politics and stuff, I just circumvent that and I just look at stuff that I like, which is like, okay, how to make this or how to make a house or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like that. I make certain recipes. Something with kind of plumbing construction. Anything, a lot of educational stuff.
Yeah.
And I might laugh at comedy stuff. Yeah, I'm like you too though, but I really don't entertain a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, man, that I used to follow on there had left TikTok a long time ago. A whole lot of people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like a lot of my favorite people done left.
Right.
I think they chased it. I think they really chased it. Because you think about it, I think they chased a lot of people away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure you probably had people that used to follow on there. They probably just straight up left.
Yeah, pretty much. Or they just closed their account.
Yeah. And I kind of didn't blame them. They was probably trying to target a certain audience. It would just seem like negativity follow you over there. We could be talking about making ice cream. And somebody won't go see something crazy on there. What the hell?
Now I'm gonna go around and say something, right? And this is pertaining to a certain people of our collective. We're not talking about as Dominicans. We're talking about as Latinos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, for the racist Latinos, I just went up and I said this. I didn't say nothing about Dominicans. I just said Latinos as a whole, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it's funny how you racist Latinos, how some of you racist Latinos make fun of black people, but yet you worship a black man's religion.
Word, right?
Yo,
And dress like them too.
yo. The
And
the
be dressing
amount
like them too.
the amount of vitriol that I received, and people who were in their feelings and did not read the message. They was like, "Oh, you're saying this because you hate Dominicans." I'm like, "Okay, blocked." Oh, you're trying to cause something, blocked. I'm like, what am I actually trying to cause? I'm saying something which is actually factually true. And then you had the worst deflectors of them all. It was actually a war on my comments, and I was just laughing. I
Oh
was
damn.
like, yo, you could actually look at one of my principal TikTok accounts. When I actually went up and I said that, you had certain people call me a vende patria, a traitor. I should get it. It was like a whole bunch of stuff. I'm trying to start something. What am I trying to start? I'm saying something which is honest.
Yeah. A lot of them, I ain't gonna lie though, you do got a lot of racist Latinos on TikTok though. And the ones who ain't racist, the ones who really ain't racist, they don't be talking about that race topics and stuff like that. You could pick the ones that are and the ones that not. The ones that talk about that stuff all the time, though, man, they were the ones that really had problems and stuff with it, though. I mean, the ones that just be having fun and be talking about regular stuff, those are the ones who not racist. The ones that always talk about race issues, a lot of times, a lot of them racist. Because that's on your mind all the time, and that kind of show of the cabbage of what you need to be thinking about, you know?
Or better yet, when you actually, like, I don't know, when you actually talk to a grown man and he thinking, oh yeah, I'm from a certain area, and then he's like, yeah, I like to cream pie. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm like, nobody even used that in the hood.
Yeah, I know, right? I've done seen people, man, they shame them so much on that's why I don't join a lot of Dominican lives sometimes. It depends who I join. I just saw this one cat. He was from my neighborhood acting like he was from somewhere else. And it was brutalizing. It was dissing my neighborhood. And then, I called them out like, man, stop being a punk though. And try to please some people, man. Love what you from and don't care about try to fit in with these other cats. No, man. I never do.
First of all, you can hang with a whole bunch of cats, right? But then if you're tired, and then you see the cats that you're hanging out with, they're not producing nothing. They're not doing anything. And then on top of it, they want to go and they want to have like an inferiority complex for anything, but yet they're not doing anything within their lives. I'm like, no, I'm not hanging with you no more, because I feel that I'm regressing instead of coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And me personally, I'm like, yo, that's why whenever I just post something that might be funny, people like it, that's it. I don't really take TikTok seriously as
not me either. I be clowning.
Exactly.
I don't take it serious either. I be on there, be trying to sometimes show something beautiful or be trying to be funny and stuff. Some of my humor people don't get though, because I guess because of the generation I'm from. I got a little bit of dark humor, but you know what I'm saying? I got a little bit of some of the dark humor stuff make me laugh, but I understand that certain people don't like the dark humor because that's not their era. So
pretty much.
Yeah, so I understand that. But no, other than that, yeah, I don't take it that serious though. A lot of people know that I'm not a hateful people. I actually didn't gain more friends. Like when I got away from that certain algorithm and just start being silly and doing stuff like that, I'm actually done met. I mean, getting like decent like Latino friends and stuff like that, not the hateful ones, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and you start
You know,
changing your algorithm. That's all you got. Just don't feed in with the algorithm.
yeah. Shout out to my homie, Oda Costa.
Yeah, like
And
dudes
then
like
when,
that. You know what I mean?
I actually went to Boston, I went up and I met with one of them Santana twins. So shout out to them too.
Yeah,
So me and them, we actually met and stuff, and me and I could actually say that they're actually bright young men. So
yeah,
I was, and they were even invited me to their podcast. So I'm like, yo, if they still doing it, I might just take that trip to Boston because I do love that city. I ain't gonna front. And then,
I want to go on this podcast too. Think I'm friends with my man too, Santana.
yeah,
Yeah, he cool too.
yeah. I mean, he's
He
cool.
cool.
He's actually cool in person because
Yeah, he
it was me.
cool.
It's Miguel who's cool. I haven't met Manny yet, but Miguel is
Mm,
cool.
yeah,
So I was like with my boy Acosta. I was like, yo, fam, I got something that'll blow your mind. Took a picture. It was like, oh, I was like, yeah,
yeah, Miguel cool.
yeah.
Well, yeah. I might want to go. I'll probably try to go on this podcast one day. That's gonna be fun.
Well, yeah, of course.
People probably gonna laugh at me though, but I don't care though. Sometimes I enjoy people laughing sometimes too, and that don't bother me. I just look
Exactly.
at it. Oh, well, at least they'll enjoy
Exactly. I'm thinking
my
like
humor sometimes. You know what I'm
I'm like talking about dark humor and everything like that.
saying?
I'm gonna try to make a stream, which is actually it's funny, but it's actually stupid at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's. I think I'm just gonna say it. Like, is it Team Shaved or Team Harry? So therefore, we're gonna have like a mock debate, which is actually funny, and
yeah.
people, yeah, because I'm like, if you really look at it, right, we have a whole bunch of people in the world that don't really take themselves seriously, right?
Yeah.
So one day when I was at my soon-to-be former job, I was like, yeah, I just said a line, and then when you see a lot of people laughing, I'm like, I think I'm gonna stick with this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because
I mean,
I'd rather make people feel good than worrying about, that's the best way. I think that's a better remedy. Make people feel good instead of reminding them of their problems sometimes. Sometimes you need a break from that
yeah,
stuff, you know. Yeah, you can't be on
yeah.
every platform stressing all the time. If people don't understand, that make you old looking after a while.
Basically, I mean, like if you really look at it, right?
Hmm.
Like I was talking to a friend of mine, right? I was like, yeah. So in one of my former jobs, there used to be some guys that they used to say their jokes and they were corny as heck, right?
Hmm.
So I was like, you know what? Let me see something that let me say something that will because they used to say a lot of disgusting stuff like, yeah. I was like, not me. So therefore I went up and I said something equally disgusting that they were like WTF. I'm like, yeah. And then everybody they ran with me with that. Like for example, when I was at one of the jobs, I'm like, yeah, you know what? You gotta admit, man, I'm just a tall guy, and I have to say, I love me a 400-pound woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
exactly. I just said that because at the time I was like, okay, it was basically trolling, and
Hmm.
and, and you could see and every time I went up and I said that, you could see the disgust on the guy's face. I was like, you're dead.
I'm gonna say what the Red Man used to say. He said he love a fat chick, more pushing for the pushing.
Exactly. Exactly. And then and then for
That's what Red Man used to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then on top of it, I went up and asked the extra layers and like, yo, you know what? I'm like, shoot, I like jungle exploring too.
Yeah. In a minute. I had jungle fever and stuff in my life
Yeah,
plenty of
basically.
times. Yeah, I don't discriminate, man. I remember I had brung a badass looking white. She was real gorgeous. And I had brung her to Washington Heights. Man, there was so many Dominicans were shaking my hand that day.
Oh,
And
heck
that the ladies that normally ain't attracted to me got mad at me.
I mean, I hate that. I
Yeah.
mean, when I was out there as a single man, right? There used to be a chick that used to be like, hey, how you doing? You know, she's like, what? Oh, you know, trying to act like the utmost chicken head. Not now. When I was walking with my wife, but at the time, me and her was not married, right? When me and my wife was living in the Bronx, that same chick that went up and rejected me 100 times went up and turned her head when she saw my wife. Then all of a sudden, she wanted to know who I was and everything like that. You lost your chance, homegirl. You better go to another poppy. I'm not that stupid.
Yeah, right. Ain't no
Exactly.
you had your chance, ain't no get back.
Basically.
Nah. That's something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I be learning people don't know how to accept rejection like how the way we do though, because we used to it. Though, I mean, some kind of, especially if you growing up. If you grew up like me though, they used to go around with your boys, try to talk to a bunch and try to get as much numbers as you can.
Yo, that's the same thing that I used to do when I used to go to Jimmy Brown's Cafe.
Yeah,
Always walk through the thing because I always made sure that I had 20 numbers because five of them was gonna be fake and then 10 of them was gonna be real.
Gonna be real, yeah. So you died that go. That wasn't you. That's why I was laughing though. Like only you see them young, like probably like younger dudes. Maybe Gen Z is the one that probably can accept rejection. Everybody maybe the older millennials and Gen X though, they used to that. You know what I'm saying? They used to rejection, so that don't bother them as bad, you know. I ain't gonna lie and act like I was the most dude that got every female I try to talk to, because I'll be lying to you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I mean? Just how the way we grew up, you know what I mean? You gain some, you know, sometimes you get them fake numbers when you hear the boo doo doo doo, you know, shit. So that's a part of life. That's why I think that Papa Balloon thing they got on YouTube is a good thing. They teaching these young people how to accept rejection.
Yeah. To me, I actually think the one with Woody and what's his name? Orlando Brown. That joint is
Orlando
straight
Brown.
up funny. That joint is straight up funny. I'm like,
that's funny.
Nah, and then on top of it, you got Woody and that mutant that they be laughing too. Like as soon as Woody went up and saw that mutant, he actually threw that dude out the studio.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Yo, that was funny.
I was like, there's something about that guy that makes people want to throw him out of studios. I've actually and it's not even the first time. There was security when the mutant went up and tried to fight. The next thing you know, they went up and they threw him out. They went up and they sat the dude right there, and they just threw the dude on the seat, and it was funny. I was like,
tossed him. He was trying to fight a female or something.
Yeah, and then they just went up and they just boom.
They just do him.
Yep.
See, a lot of them dudes from them communities, man, they don't understand though. Like we old school cats, we ain't gonna sit there and let a man fight a woman. We don't care if you change your transform to
Right.
whatever you call yourself, whatever species. They ain't
Yeah.
gonna sit there and ain't gonna let no grown man jump on a woman. We don't care if you have a wig or not. You know you a man, that ain't happening.
Nope.
I know I ain't gonna sit there, so I understand why you talk something like that.
Yeah.
You still a man at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's how the way we, and you know, and a lot of us, you know, we don't got nothing against that, but they don't understand, you know, how the way we was raised. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Like stay in your lane.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
pretty much. Like, yeah, you can like men all you want though, but you, if you still is a man, then we ain't gonna let you fight a woman.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Go for RuPaul or any of them. No, I mean, I ain't gonna let they ain't fighting. I ain't gonna let them jump on a woman in front.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Yo, question.
yeah.
In February, you going to are you gonna be there on the 27th?
Where?
DR?
What, February?
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably will be around.
Yeah, yeah. I want to actually experience that because in all my years, I never, well, maybe when I was a kid, but I don't remember. But
Mm-hmm.
you know, I haven't really experienced, you know, just celebrating that day with them at all. So you know,
Yeah,
I celebrated it, in all honesty. The only thing I celebrated was more restoration days in Dominican Republic, but never really celebrated Independence Day in the Dominican Republic.
yeah. It's fun though.
I know it is.
Yeah, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not. It's all right. No, I mean they talk about his, but it's not overwhelming like dramatic though. How people would talk about the how they're doing online though. You actually go to how people just celebrating this and still have fun and enjoy themselves. They don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you'll still enjoy it. You know, they not gonna really. I mean, you got these fake people that be wearing black that be marching around though, but I like ain't nobody.
Right.
Ain't nobody don't take them people that serious like that.
Got
Cause
you.
you know, yeah, I know I don't. Cause I look at them. It's the fake ass Black Panther group.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and I'll be looking at them. I'm like, man, and like, bro, y'all not. If the government already is doing their thing, why you over there making yourself looking crazy?
Yep.
That's my thing, you know what I'm saying? Because they is doing a good job, you know what I mean, cleaning up the illegal. So them marching and all that, it is being extra, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't.
being.
I can't really be.
Mhm.
I don't really have no how should I say, no credence with that. I see them and
Yeah,
everything like that, so I can't really say what's the situation is out there.
yeah,
So therefore when it is, I can't really comment on that because you know
yeah,
I'm not currently in the Dominican Republic,
right.
and I can't really see what the environment is like and everything like that. I can
Yeah,
see
they
what's in
ain't.
the news or what my family will be saying. And I don't really
Yeah,
hear my family saying anything about them
yeah,
or have.
everything is still normal. I mean, they're getting rid of it. They but they've been doing that. It just sometimes you read the media, people over
over
exaggerate things. You know what I'm saying?
sensationalize it.
Right, and then a lot of times that people that be doing it be the cats that's not even on the island. They don't. A lot of it really be the American Dominicans that be saying stuff like that. They don't make it over
Yeah,
dramatic stuff. And they probably ain't been in the DR a long ass time.
yeah,
Yeah, so a lot of that stuff, man. It's best like as long as you talk to your family and stuff like that, and they say everything. Those are the best people to get your news from the people that actually did.
yeah.
Yeah, that's who I listen. That's who I'd rather listen to. You know what I mean? Or be there. You know,
Yeah,
you
but
got to pick and choose.
yeah, like for some reason, right? I remember when
Mm-hmm.
I was younger in the Dominican Republic, and this is San Pedro. I can't really speak on the capital, but
Yeah.
the local authorities up in DR, whenever they reported on something that happened, they always
Mm-hmm.
reported it like in a funny ass way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, for example, my Spanish it sucks. I know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. But this is how it sounded to me. Reportaje: un persona murió en la calle. 7 balazos en el cuerpo.
That's how all the news sound.
Yo, Dad. I was like, really? It was like, y ahora un tigre se hace un puño por otro tigre. Y tumbaron a diente. Y la policía agarró a él. I was like, okay. But then when they have the same tone for that, I was like, nah. I'm like, man, I'm not listening to this.
That's funny. The radio jockeys and everybody be having them singing voices. That shit be funny as hell to me. You notice that?
Yo, Dad. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, Dad. I was like, when I was listening to that, that was like a culture shock at 16. I was like, what? Yeah.
America could be addicted, man. Like certain stuff, though, man. You can learn, man, like that, like certain shit from the city, man. I can't get out of it.
Yeah. Shout out to Lengua de Misin, on Instagram.
Shout out.
Yep.
No, that go. Shit.
Pretty
I
much.
think I'm the one, me and a few people, man, probably the ones that got Dominicans wearing Timbs in the Dominican Republic. They got it from us.
Yeah, pretty much because
You know what I mean? Because I remember, I think people copied me though, because I was doing that.
I mean, I guess the first time I seen people with Timbs. Well, as far as San Pedro is, when I came to San Pedro when it was like 1999, it was like around the same time that Sandy Papo that Sandy no not Sandy when Papo murió in the capital.
Oh, okay.
So I was there for that, and when I saw that, when I heard that, I was like, Dad, I used to watch them on TV. I was there for that. I could actually say that. And one thing that I remember when I was there in 1999 is that I seen everybody with I guess in Philly they call it butters.
Yeah.
So everybody with Tim's on. I was like, really? I was like, I hope they ain't fake.
Oh shit. Yeah, right. I remember back in the day, man, people used to have all kinds of fake knockoff clothes and fake Jordans and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
but they got official stuff now though, like the dress code. Man, you can see people in DR, man, dressed better than people in America now.
Pretty much.
You'd be like, damn, he put it on.
Yep.
Yeah, they be having some official stuff now though, but you still got to be careful. They still got a lot of bootleg clothes because some of them Jordans and some of that stuff you be seeing people be wearing, they be fake.
Oh yeah, trust me.
Yeah, I know you know.
Yeah, I'm like, me personally, I could tell you, in my 41 years of life, I never bought a Jordan a day in my life. I always stick to Nikes.
Nike,
Uptown, that's Uptowns and Timbs. That's it.
Yeah, I think I probably bought like a pair though, but not a whole lot. Cause I used to buy like different kinds of sneakers, like the Deion Sanders and different stuff like that. I ain't always just bought Jordans all the time.
And then, remember, like, I guess it was the mid '90s and everything like that. That you see people getting knocked out just for wearing a Jordan. Yeah,
Jordans, and people used to get robbed for Jordans. If you had a 8-ball jacket That's probably the 80s.
Yeah, no. That was like maybe the late 80s, early 90s. Because
Yeah.
when I was a kid, you couldn't even wear an 8 jacket in New York. You was
Yeah.
getting on.
Yeah, they definitely was gonna try to get you. No.
Yeah, so many people lost their souls because of that.
Yup.
That
Especially
one
when them
jacket.
Aviarak jackets came out. Remember when them Aviarak jackets came out?
Yeah.
Then a lot of people did lost their souls on them Aviaraks. Them Aviaraks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember those 8 racks.
And then back in the day in New York, though, you have to be thorough to wear your chains.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you wasn't no thorough dude like that. You wasn't walking around with a whole bunch of truck jewelry and all that on. If people was gonna take it from, especially in Brooklyn, only people that wore the jewelry, the ones that was really thorough.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, like the Washington Heights and stuff like that, I used to look at them. I was like, man, they had their little stuff going on back in the day, but I don't think that they wasn't more thorough than Brooklyn and then in the Bronx.
I mean, if you really look at it, you have certain people that
that got busy.
They got busy. I ain't gonna
go
do that because they're my own community.
Right.
But the thing is, though, is this. I hate when people. This one thing that I'm starting to not to dislike. I dislike when everybody they want to go and they want to talk about the Dominican history, as far as every Dominican came in the late 1960s and early 1970s.
Mm-hmm.
No,
that was a lie, though.
Come on, Dominicans wasn't coming in the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s. Come on, in the early 1960s. But yet you want to go around and leave that part of the history?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they do leave that out because when you go to you talk to a lot of the old people from the Heights, a lot of them came in the 60s.
Thank you.
They always try to put 70s and 80s. I was like, nah, they ain't true. It actually started in the 60s. They probably wasn't a super big population. Well, they did had a nice sized population. They wasn't as big as it is now, though, but it actually started in the 60s. People started leaving after around the Trujillo time.
I'm like, if you really look at it, they want to try to act like that Washington Heights was the gate for all Dominicans, and then you just moved elsewhere. No.
Nah, that ain't true. Because I remember, man, back in the day, there was a lot of people used to live in the Lower East Side too. So a lot of people don't talk about the Lower East Side.
They don't. And then
because a lot of Hispanics and a lot of the Dominicans, I remember a lot of them used to live in the Lower East Side.
Yep.
Immigrated there too, so not just Washington Heights wasn't the only location. You had the Lower East Side. You had some places in the Bronx.
Yep. It's like, for example,
then very little in Brooklyn.
It's like, for example, my whole family, like my mom's side and my dad's side, right? We lived in the un-Spanish areas of New York. Like,
I'm gonna be too.
Like, for
Brownsville.
Me personally, I'm from Soundview, the Bronx.
Yeah, so you from a black neighborhood, really? Then
Black and Rican neighborhood.
Yeah, pretty much.
And certain people about, oh, you're lying. Like, how?
Like, they ain't gonna lie.
And then on top of it, they want to act like, oh, since you're in the Dominican American household, since you're first generation, your Spanish is supposed to be good. No, because I know a whole bunch of people are just like me. Go figure.
Yeah, if you grew up in America, though, it ain't gonna be all perfect anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to learn English too. So I don't know how people don't think about stuff. That's kind of a messed up analogy he tried to put on you. You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. Because if you grew up somewhere, you ain't gonna have the most perfect, especially if you was born over there. So of course, it ain't gonna be perfect.
Pretty much.
Because you went to the school, everybody spoke English and stuff like that. How you gonna hope to speak perfect Spanish? People don't think when they be saying things sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's funny is that but then there's double jeopardy. when you have certain people that cannot even pronounce your name right.
Yeah, I know.
Yo, even to this day, you have someone who's like, "Hey, your guy's name is Robles." I was like, "No, it's Robles." Jeez. Yeah, it's like maybe white people in the West Coast could actually pronounce my name right, but
that's funny, right?
But everywhere else they butchered my last name.
Mess your last name up.
Yeah,
Some
Robles.
people.
I was like, Robles. I was like,
I'm
like, all right, whatever.
Robles. Nah, some people don't know how to, unless they probably from your community or something like that. Cause I know, I'm pretty sure though, I know there's a lot of people with your last name. Shit, I know some Dominicans named Jackson.
So do I.
Yeah, from San Pedro.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but though, and then shit, the neighborhood I had lived in, there wasn't no bunch of Dominicans at all. Very little.
Yep.
Shit, and Tilden and all that, and then Brownsville, Brown. That's why sometimes I be looking at other Dominicans that's soft though, because I understand they be complaining about getting bullied by black people. I was like, bro, I lived in the black village. If you ain't scared and you fight back, man, they'll fall back from you. That's what all that is. It just can't be no punk, no pussy around them, really. You cats that complain about stuff like that, they pussy really, and they can't fool me because I grew up around black people and I know what I mean? And you show fear and act like a pussy and you're a victim. Pretty much. You know what I mean? That's what they don't understand about it. And that's in any neighborhood. That's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't got nothing to do with racists. You know what I mean? And you was soft, you know what I mean? You was a victim. That was all that was.
Basically.
Yeah, they ain't. I was like, I be wanting to say, I might start saying that one day though. Make them, if somebody bring up this to jump on a platform and say that, I was like, nah, they will just keep picking with you because you ain't never fought back because you was a pussy. I ain't never had that damn problem like that. I remember I ain't speak English, but they left me alone. They said, this motherfucker fight back. And they start liking me acting like, you know what I'm saying? You grew up in Soundville, so you know.
Win or lose, always fought back.
Yeah, you fight back, they respect you.
Mm-hmm.
I can still go to the projects to this day, and ain't nobody be like, hey, what up, and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Man, anytime you hear a Dominican cat cry about and two overly racist over black men, that means there was punks and they ain't never fought back. And then one thing I know about you just can't be no punk. You know what I mean? You gotta fight. And then as long as you're a fighter, you know what I mean, they'll fall back from you and they respect that. And that's in any it ain't even just black, that's any neighborhood when you're around tough people.
Yep.
So that shit is, people don't be fooling me, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got a lot of them, man. I was like, man, I ain't gonna never turn on them like that though. Some people be thinking, I was like, yeah, because for what though? Because like everybody, you got I know a lot of good people in all walks of life. You know what I'm saying? So I judge people by individual.
It's like if you Dominican, Rican, or whatever, if you cool with me, I'm cool with you, and that's
right.
it.
That's it. That's how the way I roll.
And to me, if you want to go around and say that, oh, you're the greatest specimen, I don't want to be cool with you. I mean, if you really look at it, you have some of these dudes who are hating on the guys, or have somebody that's incurring their filth in their filthy mindset.
Yeah.
We don't like you and all this stuff. And then when you actually look at them, they're a bunch of cornballs.
Yeah. Yeah, corny in the mouth, right?
Yeah, I'm like really? You're gonna go around and tell me what I am not, but yet you're like 20-something years old. He's dressed like a Dominican schoolboy.
Yeah. Well, I think some of them cats, I heard a story on this one dude you probably talking about, man. I heard, man, he used to be scared back in the day in the 80s to come outside. But I talked to the dude that know him. He said he be seeing him stuff like that. But I said, yeah, he's showing himself. He was saying the same. He'll call the cops on you though. He said he wasn't. He claimed the height and all that. I heard he was a pussy in the house.
I'll give you one better. I was up in the Dominican parade. It happened. It either had to be 21, 22, 23, 23. It had to be 2022, right?
Yeah.
Because 2023, I was with my wife at the parade, me and my sister. So in 2022, I was in the parade because I know people, and I had like the wristband and stuff. So I see this idiot. So I see this idiot looking around. Now all you see on my side was CEO, black, Trigueño, Blanquito, Dominicans. We was all vibing. This guy was not saying nothing. He was looking like a cop on to see who he could snitch on. He was not low. I mean, like he was the only one that was not enjoying anything. I'm like, yeah, we see you, you idiot.
Yeah.
I was looking right at him, and he didn't even know who I was.
He probably knew. He probably was scared. He was like, oh man. Yeah, I done some Dominicans weird on TikTok. Yeah, I done seen them claim straight Europeans. I was like, bro, that girl, she a European. No, she Dominican. No, she not, bro. There's one girl they be claiming. I know she from Poland because I met her before.
Yep. Not for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in the Cibao and everything like that. You had a lot of Polish that came.
Exactly. They don't like talking about that. That's what I've always mentioned. That I was like, a lot of y'all people that moved in the Cibao, I said a lot of y'all was immigrants that came that try to lighten up the country because they did had a big European migration, and it's true that happened all not just the DR, all through the Latin America. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they some reason though they don't want to accept that. I was like, nah, the ones that look super white, I'm like a lot of them, man, they poverty came from that European, you know what I mean, migrate, you know.
I have a friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he was born in the BX, but you know, he was raised in DR. But you know, he has Polish and he has Polish ancestry. Now I'm not gonna go his name or anything like that, but during the time that I've met this individual, you know, he was one of the best rappers in the Dominican scene whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like his wordplay was very, very crazy. So you know, shout out to my homie. But then when I actually looked at his last name, and he actually said it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember my mom telling me about them. Yeah. So therefore, when certain people they try to say, oh, they even some of these so-called racists, they're like, oh, it's interesting, but you're not that. I'm like, so how the heck I know more things about you, about this culture than you if I'm not that?
Yeah, no, yeah, they don't. A lot of them cats like this don't think they know everything, but they really don't. It's always been a mixed place. I mean, we got every race in that country. You know what I'm saying? And
I mean, think about it.
Every race.
If you actually look at what we know now as Perico Ripiao, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had German traders in the Cibao that actually went up and they gave the accordions for free.
Yeah, that's where the accordions came from. And you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that too. That's why this is in the music. I said that's not a Spanish thing. The accordion, that's really a German thing.
Yeah, the Spanish.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, the Spanish thing, real in reality, is the guitar.
Right. Yup. Because the only reason why people play the accordion, you on point. Because a lot of people just don't understand. I was like, yeah, of course, we had a big because you got so many instruments in our music. So yeah, we had a big time of European migration.
Yep.
Because that accordion, man, that's a German thing.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Germany now, you know, they be playing that heavy.
Yeah, well, in certain regions.
Yeah, like that girl, of Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
She got she more from a European background, mostly. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And you could tell by looking at her, actually, though. She's still
Right.
Dominicana, but she just a
Yeah.
European origin. Know what I mean? One, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them be from the Cibao, though, but they don't want to admit that they have a lot of migration from European. And some people too. If you talk to the real good people, they'll tell you the truth. You know what I mean? You got people, Polish. You got
Polish,
German.
you got Germans, you have
You got
some French,
Italians.
Italians
Some
too, some French.
some French. Because I know some people that have Italian last names.
Yep.
No, because that region, that's where the most of the Europeans don't live.
Mm-hmm.
They mix though, but but when you do got a heavy white presence in that area too, because you got some people that ain't never really ain't want to mix.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm about to go to sleep, so
well, yeah, it is. Late.
Yep.
I guess I see the next this time, man.
Of course, bro.
Yeah.
Stay safe out there, all right?
All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Well, that's all, folks. Check me out tomorrow night. Well, maybe later on tonight. Peace.